people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another watch along. Big up your damn selves in the building. Yeah, big up the chat. What are you saying today, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a good day. It's been a good day for me personally. That's why I'm dressed up like this. I come outside, you know what I mean? I said, you know, there's no point getting changed, man. May as well look sharp and smart for this watch along as well. Had a good day. Put out a nice video. Loads of discussion. We love it. Loads of comments. Loads of deliberation. Loads of no altercations. Do you know what I mean? Everybody respectful, but everybody having their own opinion. Chelsea video. Check that out later if you haven't seen it already. And then I went to Sky. Spoke about Chelsea again. Loads of stuff went into that will drop Thursday. And I'm back. I'm back here for a watch along. This game, I just feel like we can't... First of all, we need to know what these two are playing at in terms of the semi-final. Whichever one goes through, they'll be playing against you-know-who, most likely. We need to know what they're capable of, what they're on. But also, don't let us miss what could be a potential historic comeback from Aston Villa. I don't personally think it will happen. We'll go through the lineups. Lineups are on screen. I don't think it will happen. However, I wouldn't want to miss it. I wouldn't want to miss it if it did. Because, you know, this could be an historic night. They're 3-1 down. It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to close, you know, because PSG, they'll probably score tonight. We'll go through their team, but their wingers, what they did to Aston Villa's fullbacks, what they do to everybody's fullbacks, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But there's options off the bench for Villa. There's plenty of attacking options, plenty of weapons. Can they get the ball off PSG? Are they going to suffocate them, you know, dominate and just stifle and just, you know, see out a nasty 1-1 or a 0-0, God forbid. But let's see what happens. Big up the chat. Kickoff is at 8 o'clock. So we're here an hour before. Lineups dropped nice and early from them. So I'm happy because I get to put them up on screen without having to type. Is it a hate along? There's no hate along here today, brother. This is just a neutral along. This is us watching football, enjoying two teams that are... I mean, this is going to be a great game in my opinion, purely because Aston Villa have to attack. Against PSG in the Parc des Princes, we'll go over that first leg a little bit if you didn't get to see it. Aston Villa defended very deep, 4-5-1, everyone behind the ball, barely got into PSG's half, and when they did, they got the goal on the counter, on the transition. However, it wasn't really, you know, it wasn't really coming. It wasn't really fair in terms of the gameplay, the game state. And PSG just still beat them, still, you know, dissected them, took them apart. 3-1 winners, beautiful football from PSG. Some of the most entertaining football I've seen all season. Them and Barcelona probably playing the most attractive stuff in Europe right now. Obviously, Barcelona play tonight against Dortmund. That tie is dead. That tie is done. So PSG, I don't think they can do anything other than try to entertain us, then try to play Enrique's way, the wingers interchanging, 1v1 threats, pace, press. But Aston Villa can't do what they did in the first leg, and that's what makes this fun. They're going to attack. They're going to come out. There's going to be a high line from Emery. So guaranteed goals, I think, personally, guaranteed entertainment. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing that, but I'm looking forward to it. New trim. Yeah, I got a trim this morning. I like to do this thing where I get the trim, I get the spray because I know it pisses bare people off, so I just do it now just because it annoys people. I come on camera, everybody's like, oh, new trim. Everybody's having a debate about the trim. Some people are cussing out the trim. Some people saying trim's good. I enjoy that. I enjoy the debate. And then we move on. You know what I mean? So I had to get it because we was going on Sky. I'm also going to my best friend's engagement party in Dublin this weekend. So Friday, Saturday, I'm going to be back in Ireland in Dublin. I'll be back for the watch along against Fulham. Don't worry. I've made sure I'm flying back to London Sunday morning. So I'll be back for lunchtime for the watch along, 12:30. So yeah, man. I had to get a trim. I had no choice. I must. So yeah. What else is going on in the chat? Big up Skull. No more coming out. No more coming chat after the Ipswich review. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot about half of what I said. I'm not gonna lie until he clipped it up, because when I saw the intro for Big Six, I was like, oh, he's gonna take the watch along stuff. You remember when I was cussing out the Ipswich team in the watch along prior to the match kicking off? I thought, oh, he's gonna kill me there, you know. But he killed me. He killed me in the video. He killed me in the video instead. So I could be killed many ways last weekend. And I was, you know what I mean? I was sliced, diced, fried, flipped, grilled, you know, everything. So, yeah, it's peak, but that's what you sign up for. Do you know what I mean? My head was hot. I don't even know what I said. Some of the review. It was a rough result, man. Really tough to take. And you know my feelings. I've made my feelings very clear, I'm sure. I put out a video today about Maresca and his situation, because obviously he called out everybody and cussed out everybody in the stands for the goal conceded. So, yes, it's never dull, is it, Chelsea? It's never boring, at least. You could say that. We don't struggle with things to talk about. PSG must win. You're a Chelsea fan saying that. I still remember PSG knocking us out. If you remember the goal from David Luiz at Stamford Bridge, I still remember them knocking us out. So I'm not a massive fan of PSG. Do you know what I mean? I don't really mind PSG. They've had the Galacticos stint era, and they failed miserably. Didn't pick up a Champions League. I much prefer this PSG team. I must say, it's much more balanced. It's much more team focused and less individual led. And yeah, they've made great progress. And Luis Campos has assembled this side, and that's why I'm a massive fan of him, because he's done it again. He has done it again. Him and Luis Enrique have put together an incredible team. Loads of young talent, but there's some balance. Marquinhos is back in the side today. He missed the first leg, I believe. Hakimi, many years under his belt now. So, yeah, man, they're doing very well for themselves. They're a good team to watch. Very, very good team to watch. Let's see what else is being said. Volume's low. Why is my volume low? Shouldn't be. Let me see what I can do about that. Let's see. I mean, it shouldn't be, but I'm going to just crank it up a little bit. Let me know how that is for you people anyway. Let's see what else is being said in the chat. I know you'd like... You know I'd take Conor Gallagher back. Not really. I mean, listen, he's a good player, but he's not like, oh my God, my world is falling apart. I don't have him anymore. I have Andre Santos from Strasbourg coming in, you know, this summer. I'm very excited about him. So I don't want his minutes to be taken apart. I don't want his minutes to be eaten up. So I'm pretty excited to just see him. I'm not really thinking about Gallagher anymore. I've moved on. You got to be a Chelsea legend for me to be pining over you for months on end. You know what I mean? He's a good player, but I've seen people like Hazard and Juan Mata, 2-time player of the year, people like that leave my club. So I'm not going to be thinking about Gallagher a year later. I got bigger fish to fry, respectfully. So yeah, that's how I see that situation. I'll keep turning it up. Don't worry. I'll keep turning it up. I don't know why it's not just loud regardless. But let me move it closer to me. How's that? Just let me know. It's definitely louder now because I can see the volume bar is significantly higher. I may even deafen you soon. So you definitely got what you wanted. Now people are going to be telling me, you're too loud. Stop celebrating. Stop shouting. Yeah, that's going to come later on. That's going to come. Look. See, look. First comment already. It's too loud. Look. There he is. You had to be that guy, didn't you? You. What's your name? You're lucky I ain't got my other camera on, because I would have just stared you out. Yeah, you. You know who you are. Yeah, you. Oh, dear me, man. It is what it is. New mods. There are new mods. The rules are, as long as it's respectful, leave it alone. You know what I mean? I don't want a dictatorship now with the new mods. I don't want you just kicking people out for the sake of it. Leave them be. Let them run wild in the chat. Just as long as they're not doing crossing the line. Everybody knows what well, that's a lie. Not everybody knows what the line is. The line. Come on, we know the line, especially around here. So it should be fine. We don't usually have any issues. Santos is actually coming back. Yeah, no, it's not just hope. It's just it's actually a demand. If he doesn't come back, then heads will roll. Heads will spin. You know, it's definitely not hopium or copium. It's mandatory. They have also briefed that he's coming back and he's going to be involved. I don't want to hear any excuses, really. We got European football of some kind. we'll have to play 2 games a week against more difficult opposition than this season. I'm sure Europa League will be confirmed, and we'll be playing, at least teams we recognise. And that means we'll need midfielders. So 100%. We cannot just be relying on Enzo and Caicedo and a half-baked Lavia. But let's talk about the lineups here. Martinez in goal. Cash, Konza, Torres, Lucas Digne, Kamara, Onana, Rodgers, Tielemans, McGinn, and Rashford. I believe that's pretty much bang on almost the same team. I think Onana comes in for Ramsey. I think in the first leg, Tielemans was playing a bit deeper and Ramsey was playing off the left. He's put Ramsey on the bench. Enrique, he's put Watkins and Asensio on the bench again. Bailey's on the bench. Barkley, loads of attacking options. He starts Lucas Digne again. Maatsen on the bench. Disassi. If you guys watched the first leg, Emery made a sinful decision, bringing on Axel Disassi at half-time to play right back. Now, Matty Cash was on a yellow card. People will say he had to come off. I don't care. You could have made way better decisions than putting Disassi at right back against Kvaratskhelia. You could have put Konza at right back. He's played it before. You could have even put Onana, long legs, long limbs, out there on the right back position, just for the pace and power to handle a tricky winger. He put Disassi out there who can't turn, indicates before he turns, and he literally got, he got crucified minutes in. He almost was made to do the splits on the second goal. So terrible decision from Emery. You'd like to think he's learned from his mistakes, but we'll find out with his changes. And it's Aston Villa needing 2 goals to get to extra time, people. There's obviously no away goals. 2-0 win, they'll go to extra time. Anything less, it's going to PSG in the semis. Obviously, PSG, we have Pacho at centre-back again next to Marquinhos, Hakimi, Donnarumma, Mendes, Neves, Vitinha, Ruiz, Barcola, Dembele and Kvaratskhelia. And obviously the bench is there as well. Lots of options. Desiree Doué is on the bench and all those other guys. Listen, I'm very much expecting PSG just to try and control possession today. I'm expecting them to just want to keep the ball, keep things ticking. And the more time that goes on, the more Aston Villa will just panic, especially if they don't get an early goal. They'll just start bringing people forward. And if you guys remember like the first 10, 15 minutes of the second half in the first leg, Aston Villa were basically wide open because they had conceded. I think, was it because they conceded, or did they concede the early goal in the second half? Let me know, guys. I can't remember. But whatever it was, they just started just flying out. They just started just rampaging forward in numbers and pressing and committing. And they were exposed. Yeah, they were exposed quite quickly. PSG were just playing through them, opening them up. And it was an onslaught. And it maybe even could have been more. The third goal came very late on. Who's raiding? Oh, Lewis. Big up Lewis, brother. Jeez, what are you saying? Come on, brother. What are you saying? Big up Lewis in the building. Appreciate the raid, brother. I didn't even know you was just streaming. Was you discussing Maresca as well? Everybody's discussing Maresca. Everybody's discussing Maresca right now. It's a hot topic. And the thing is, he didn't have to be a hot topic. He's made himself the hot topic. If he had just kept his mouth shut in those press conferences, and obviously you got to speak, but just don't do too much. Just keep it very, very bland and boring and say all the right things, appease to the supporters. He wouldn't be in this mess because I think more people would just hold the higher-ups accountable because he's been clashing with fans and trying to die on the Sanchez hill. Now everybody's turned their attentions to him. It's mad. He's drawn so much attention to himself when he didn't need to. Bro, would you ever do a diss track on expressions? Only if I was an idiot. Only if I was very, very stupid. And just want, there's people that have, what's it called? They have a fetish to be embarrassed. Maybe if that was me, embarrassment fetish. What'd you call it? Some of you freaks will know in the chat. What's that? What's it called? I don't know. But that, yeah. If that's what you have, then hey, rock with it. Go and do a diss track on expressions. Go make a song. Get a beat. Get a mic. But you will be punished. Humiliation fetish. That's it. Yeah, I couldn't find the word. That, yeah, look at you. I don't know. No idea. Smiley face. Yeah, of course you don't. Yeah, humiliation kink. Exactly. If you wanna play that game, you're more than welcome to. But that man will roast you alive. He won't kill you and then roast you. He will roast you alive. You will scream on the barbecue whilst he's roasting you. So for me personally, it's not in my near future. It's not in my near future. I'm not really. I don't have the facilities. So I'm not gonna get involved. Fair play to KG. Like he and Flex actually. Flex as well, last season I think he went for him, and that was a nice little back and forth. But yeah, there's no need. They're like 16th in the table. It's got the storyline, the script has got to make sense, people. Do you know what I mean? At least make it make sense. We did the double over them this season. It's not on the cards, you know. They've got to be in my way. They got to be trying to take top 4 off me at least. God forbid a trophy. Do you know what I mean? Not when they're down there. You know what I mean? Not when they're down there. Oh man. Lewis and CB were talking everything about Chelsea. Yeah. It's mad. Like, obviously, like, I obviously have me and Lewis exchange, and I see him on X, and he's fighting the fight right now with the Poch revisionism. And this is coming from someone that doesn't even like, I don't even think about Poch. Like, I don't hate Poch. I've moved on from Poch. I wanted him, got that horribly wrong. I wanted him mainly because his history with developing and improving young players, which we had a lot of. So I thought, okay, well, that has to make sense now. And it didn't, right? In many facets. But now people are like turning back time and pretending like we weren't 10th for 80% of the season. Like they pretending like they were happy. I'm seeing people, CFC Daily, sorry. Man's posting a clip of Palmer scoring against Sheffield United with a bird, like a you know, flappy bird. Like, oh, remember this. Like it was a high moment that brought us up to 8th. What are we doing right now? Well, like, what are we doing? Everybody was cussing. I remember. Everybody was cussing me. I should remember the most. People were like, get out of my club because you wanted this man in charge. How dare you? So how now are we trying to pretend like everybody was enjoying the football or happy that we were playing back and forth? Everybody was like, there's no system. There's no plan. It's just chaos. Now everybody's like, oh, I miss those days. You missed those days when we were 9th. You missed those days when Clark and Dan beat us in a cup final when we were shit at the Riverside against Middlesbrough. Which days are you missing? I'm confused. When we got piped against Arsenal at the Emirates, so lost to Liverpool at Anfield. Which days, hot days, what days are you missing? So, Caicedo on an island, Enzo running off the defensive line in behind. Which days are you? You know what I mean? It's purely because of Cole Palmer. Because Cole Palmer's not scoring 4 goals a game, that's what people remember. Like, there wasn't the worst defensive record in history for our team. You know, I don't know, man. If we're going to do revisionism, can we at least remember the good stuff in our history? Like, Chilwell left wing, Colwell at left back. Oh, I mean, it's like, the list goes on. And I'm appreciative for what he did that was right. Making Madueke track back, etc. But people pretend like as if it was some fairies and roses and, you know, everything was just unbelievable. We loved seeing Levi Colwell at left back, overlapping the winger. We love to see Chilwell at left wing. What is it? What's going on with the fan base? What's going on? Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. So people just need to just relax. You know what I mean? Just relax. It's crazy what's going on. It's crazy. Big up the chat. Is Don in the chat? I need to mod him if he is, because I didn't. Oh no, we have him modded. Yeah. It's psychopathic, honestly. It's psychopathic. It's really psychopathic. It's crazy. Yeah, man. I'm not understanding it. I didn't want him to stay at the end of the season. There's a video there's a very clear title that you can type saying Pochettino out or Pochettino, Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart out. Sack them. I was wrong. The title is on YouTube. You don't have to lie. That's what you're not going to do. You don't have to come here and lie to the people, to the community. You could just go search it on YouTube. The video is right there. So why are you trying to pretend? Why are you trying to pretend? There's no need for this. The evidence is out there. It's public. It's in the public domain. Football. Yes, the football was objectively more entertaining. But everybody said, we want a system. We want control. We want to dominate. We're Chelsea. We can't be doing rock and roll versus Burnley. So what's going on? Look, everybody wants wins. Everybody just wants balance. Everybody wants bit of transition if you have to, bit of possession if you have to. Everybody wants goals. Everybody wants good defense. But you're not going to get that in the first season of a rookie manager. That's just the point I'm trying to make. Like, if you thought Maresca, when he was hired, was just going to come in and just smash it, and just, he wasn't going to piss you off at any point. He wasn't going to do things that you don't understand and you don't like, you don't agree with. The best managers in the world are going to frustrate you with some of their decision making. Even Pep didn't play Rodri in the Champions League final. You know, so you're never going to get a manager, by the way, who always picks a team that you like first 11. Never makes substitutions that you don't understand. Never says things in press conferences that you don't agree with. It's not possible. And it's definitely not happening with this guy. It's not happening. But I thought we understood that when he was appointed. But this is why we go back to the people that appointed him. And that's all I have to say. But anyway, the video is there. So just check the video earlier, because that's got all of the information that you need. Do you know what I mean? This system sucks ass. Rodgers gonna scam a tap-in goal and everybody's gonna scream Starboy. Oh, shit. Shots fired from last week, yeah? Shots fired. Listen, Aston Villa last game, they cannot be any more defensive than they were. It's not possible. They've now got aspirations to actually score goals and win this game by 2 clear goals. They also have nothing to lose. Aston Villa fans, they're already, I'm sure, don't want to speak for them, but I'm sure they're proud of their team getting to a quarterfinal of the Champions League. I don't think anybody expected Villa to be in the last 4. Okay? So it's a free hit. It's a free hit. Go out there, attack, commit. If you get done on the break, so be it. Like, you can't do anything other than put your best foot forward and try and get goals. We know PSG's attack is crazy. We know that they have, plenty of weapons going the other direction, plenty of versatility, unpredictability. That's what you sign up for. This is the Champions League. Welcome to the big leagues. This is what it's like to play against top teams. So it's a learning curve for Aston Villa. They got great squad depth. I think, considering PSR and the fact that this is their first time in Champions League in so long, they've got good depth for this in their first attempt. And they'll learn from this experience. So I just hope that they give it their best shot. I don't want to see them come and just play really safe. They can't afford to. Big up, bro. Let's see. But yeah, big up Iceman. Iceman's a mod now. So if you're just coming into the chat for the first time in a few watch-alongs, then you will see him as a mod. Don't be scared. He's under supervision. And we are watching him closely. Let's see. Hey, you can't come at me for Poch, because I already apologized twice. I kicked myself out of my own studio and left my own premises. You can't cook me anymore. I've done my time. Let's see. Let's see. Bring me Fabregas. That's crazy work. Fabregas, Is that what you really want? Fabregas. Right now. That's crazy. How was Sky? It was good. Good conversation. Discussing the manager, discussing directors, discussing transfer targets, discussing Champions League or lack of, the implications. Lots of good conversation, I'll be honest. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of opinions. And that's what we love to see. Life change. Life change for Iceman. Oh, dear. Actually, let me run a poll. I just want to gauge whether anyone thinks Villa can Villa make history? Which means, obviously, can they go through? Actually, wait. Will Villa progress? Just in case people come in and they're like, what does that mean? Can they lose by an emphatic scoreline that they've never lost before? Will Villa progress? All right, cool. Let me just put that poll out. See if anybody believes if they can come back from this. I would trust that PSG and they'd be able to do the business. But let's see. People saying 10% chance. So can they go through? Forget the scoreline, forget penalties, extra time. Just can they go through? Can they go to the semi-finals? Where they will most likely probably play Arsenal. A Barcelona PSG final based upon the football we've watched would be insane. Just in terms of the football, like Enrique against his old club, obviously former Barcelona manager, treble winner. It would be very, very fun, very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. Two very attack-minded managers. Don't forget to... I don't know what I'm wearing for tomorrow, girl. I don't know what I'm wearing. I know Turkish is out in Madrid right now, pacing up and down in the Santiago Bernabeu. I heard the stewards and the security had to kick him out because he's just been in there for like 5 hours just pacing. Nervous Nelly. So yeah, it's going to be interesting tomorrow. It's going to be very interesting. Don't forget to wear black tomorrow for Real Madrid's funeral. Oh, really? It's going to be from Ramontonda to rest in peace. See you soon. Okay. Listen, they are doing a lot of PR. They are saying a lot. That, you know, Bellingham's talking about the 70s and the 80s. Everybody's discussing previous big wins against English teams at the Santiago. So all of the PR, all of that's been done. Now let's see if they can actually back it up with some performance, because they have to perform. Even if they don't go through, they have to perform, because yeah, what we saw in the first leg was a damn right disgrace from them. For a club of their stature, they have to respond. They have to bounce back. So I've turned it up a little bit more for some people, the mic. Would Cole leave for City if they offer big money? I don't know. You know, no Champions League football. I think anybody could have their head turned. If we don't qualify for Champions League football, any player could have their head turned. That's for sure. Because players want to play Champions League football. And the way we're moving, no one can sell the dream of, oh, but we'll get it next year. Oh, but we'll get it the year after that. Like, we ain't got time for this. Some people ain't got time for that. So it's not really about Cole, though, because Cole Palmer signed a 10-year contract. So respectfully, it's not up to you. When you signed a 10-year deal, you're going to sit up. You're going to sit up and, you know, you're going to face forward. You know what I mean? You're going to listen to the headmaster, and the headmaster will decide. And at the end of the day, how much money is enough money? That will be up to Clear Lake Capital. This is the test. This is the strength test. You know, what a level of profit are you willing to budge? Are you willing to take? I can tell you now, backlash will be coming your way more than you can believe. But, you know, I don't think they care. So let's see. Hopefully, nobody bids. But if somebody does bid 100 million, that's 60 million profit. We're going to find out. At some point, we're going to find out with one of these. You know, you're not really going to make a profit on Caicedos and Enzos, so we won't find out there. But then again, book value, so you could still find out in that respects. But if we're talking about just transfer profit, Cole Palmer is certainly the litmus test. That's the litmus test for what they're thinking with the players they've signed. But let's see. My take on Cole Palmer's Instagram post. I don't really have a take. He scored that goal this day last year. Chelsea posted it as a reflection post. He obviously was the main man in that post. He was in great form. He was scoring goals. He was enjoying his football because he was in form. I don't feel like I need to read into any much more than that. We already saw Cole Palmer kind of take a little bit of accountability when when we won, but he said, I will be back. I will sort this out. I will step up to the plate. He hasn't, but that was a bit of accountability. People are asking the question, did he enjoy his football this time last year more than he is this time this year? What do you think? Obviously, yes, because last year he was playing well. This year he's not. So obviously, in 2024, he's going to enjoy the football more than in 2025. That doesn't mean that he's taking shots at anyone. That's potentially some self-accountability as well, to say, I was better in 2024 than I was in 2025. I know in 2024 we were mid-table. I don't think that was enjoyable. I know in 2024 we didn't win anything. I know that wasn't enjoyable. I know in 2024 we didn't qualify for the Champions League. I know that wasn't enjoyable. So for a player with a mentality of, I'm sure, wanting to win things, wanting to achieve team achievements, I don't think he's saying, oh yeah, let's go back to the good old days when we finished 6th, 63 points, didn't win anything. No, I think he enjoyed being in form, and that's fine. So, and listen, even if he did miss Poch, who cares? Who cares? Like, we didn't win anything. We didn't do anything. We didn't hit our objectives. So it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter if he misses Poch. It doesn't matter. He's not coming back. He was in form 6 months ago. So now you got to find form again. Sign a 10-year deal. Like, you know, when you sign a 10-year deal, you don't have any there's no player power really, unless you're going to, kick up trees and start moving mad and putting up, transfer requests and stuff. I don't think he's in that mindset in his second season. I think he's going through a rough patch. He's low on confidence. He's not playing well. There has to be accountability for the fact that he's taken 39 shots this year and not scored a single one. That is you. People are pretending like none of those shots have come from the right on the left foot. They are lying. People are pretending like we haven't seen him cut on the left foot and sky it high and wide. Like, that hasn't happened. Like, he hasn't hit it straight at the keeper. Like, that hasn't happened. Like, he didn't miss a pen. That hasn't happened. Apparently, all of the shots are difficult. That's a lie. He had one way he could have lobbed the keeper. He usually would have. He didn't. Remember, he took too many touches. So again, just go back and watch the games. Just go back and watch the games. You know what I mean? If you can't remember what's been going on, just go back and watch the games. Just save yourself the stress. It's not hard. The highlights are out there. So there's definitely accountability for him. There's definitely reflection for him. And there's definitely also unluckiness because the team's not converting any of the chances that he creates. He's created the second highest amount of chances behind the second highest amount of big chances. Big chances created, 20. Salah, 23. Salah's going for De Bruyne and Henry's record. And Palmer isn't because no one's converting his chances. That's where I feel bad for him. And that's it. But people are doing a lot of brain surgery and, doing far too much for me. Doing far too much. There is a danger of over-analyzing sometimes. And I think that is what is going on. People are saying, he's dropping too deep. He's not picking up the ball in advanced areas like he used to. But he's still having so many shots. So he must be on the edge of the area or in attacking positions sometimes, He might not be crashing the box, but he's still on the edge of the box taking shots. So, but anyway, it is what it is. What can you do? Personally, I'm just concerned about the team and we're not hitting our objective as a team. I don't really care too much about, Cole Palmer's not going to win Player of the Year or he's not going to win Young Player of the Year. Like, Chelsea comes first, If Cole Palmer wasn't performing but we were doing well, then it would be all right. We'd keep it moving. It's because we're not playing well. That's what the issue is. We're not winning games. Let's see what's going on here. Found the clip. Yeah, 100%. It's all right. You managed to sell your hotels and women's teams to yourselves. Yeah, he probably will finish with less points. He probably will. He hasn't scored in 3 months. Nah. Let's see what's going on. Super chats as well. Let's see. Real Madrid going to display. Wait, what? Deploy. I don't even know this referee. 2002 World Cup ref who single-handedly... What? Eliminated Italy and Spain. Daddy Perez has the money. What are you referring to right now? You saying the game's rigged? They talk about the 12th man all the time. They don't mean the stands. They don't mean the fans. Let's see. I don't wanna insinuate anything that could get me in trouble. Oh dear. PSG. Oh, that Twitter account, yeah. All right, let me move this across. So, my neck is doing too much twisting up when I could just move it to another screen. But yeah, today is a day where you get to forget about Chelsea anyway. You get to enjoy, as a neutral, some good quality football at the highest level in the Champions League. Get to see great attackers. And yeah, whoever goes through, it will be an interesting tie regardless. If I had a preference, based upon what I watched in the first leg, it's difficult. Because what suits the second leg? What suits the semi-final for Arsenal? What would they prefer? Would they prefer to play PSG or would they prefer to play Aston Villa? Aston Villa have a history of Arsenal. Emery has an history of Arsenal. Deep block, counter, kind of force Arsenal to maybe break them down. Whereas PSG maybe play into their hands a little bit more because they're more attack-minded. They leave a bit more space. What is the best outcome? Who do we actually want to go through? I do love to see all Premier League semi-finals as well. It's just a little bit more. There's a little bit more on the line. Chelsea versus Liverpool over the years. Man United versus Arsenal. So those are always quite entertaining. Two teams that know each other, but still different occasion, different atmosphere. Champions League, under the lights. It's a great spectacle. Regardless, it's gonna be a great spectacle. But yeah, either way, it's interesting. Who has the better chance to qualify, Villa or Real Madrid? That's a great question. That is a great question. Who is the... That is a brilliant question. That's a great question, because... Defensively, it's harder to score against Arsenal than it is to score against PSG. Because Donnarumma has the bozo moment in the Champions League that potentially people are waiting for. PSG, just as a club in the Champions League, they got bozo moments in them. They got head loss. Arsenal also, maybe you could say, don't have any heritage in this competition either, but defensively they're a better side. So it's going to be harder to break them down. It's going to be harder to put goals past them. And then the deficit is bigger for Real Madrid. But then Real Madrid have got the heritage. They got the history. They got the Santiago behind them. They got the ability to spin a tie for without warning, without reason. Whereas Villa, this is uncharted territory for them. So it's very difficult to call. I'd say slightly I'd lean in Villa's favour. That it's more likely that they can... I can't believe I'm saying this. I'd probably slightly lean, Villa's favour. That it's slightly more likely that they could do it. Because just in terms of logistics, the defence and the deficit is smaller, So, but yeah, that's a great question. That's a great question. But if Villa, if Real Madrid score in the first 5 minutes tomorrow, first 10 minutes, it's a madness. It becomes an insane game straight away. It becomes mad. Let's see. I don't know if anybody else wishes that Emery had just played maybe one more attacker today. He's gone with 3 midfielders. So maybe it's a flat 3, maybe it's a 4-3-3, I'm sure it is. Tielemans, Onana, Kamara. Could he have maybe taken a risk? Maybe he's learnt from that first 15, 20 minutes we spoke about last game in the second half where they just got opened up and he said, you know what? If we're going to push people forward, we're going to need more midfielders that can get up and down. That does make sense. That midfielder's got legs. That midfield is going to cover the ground. It's going to match up 3v3 on Neves, Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz. They got outnumbered in the first leg. They got picked apart. Easy for PSG to have combinations and triangles and play around them and play through them. So that's probably a response to that. And then McGinn, Rodgers, Rashford front 3. That has to kind of take care of itself. I do think Lucas Digne and Matty Cash today are cooked. I can't see how their fullbacks come out of this game looking good. PSG's wingers and their wing players is too vast. It's too elite. I don't know how they're gonna deal with them. I really don't. Unless it's Wan-Bissaka's, prime Aspilicueta's. You know what I mean? This is the kind of level of 1v1 defending you need to be getting anything out of these guys. Very difficult. Especially when you're committing men forward. It's going to be 1v1s. They're not even going to be able to double up. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Yes, of course. If PSG don't progress, it's 100% a bottle job. 100%. You know, you can't be 3-1 up in the first leg with the performance that you put in, and you've knocked out Liverpool as well. And then you got a two goal lead, and then you let it slip against Aston Villa, a team that don't really know their way around the Champions League. I know the manager does, but the team don't. Some players in the team do, Rashford, etc., but most of that team don't. So, yeah, there's no excuse. If they don't progress, they've definitely bottled it. Mentally, they've caved in, which is not something we can associate with this PSG side yet, because this is a new team. So let's see. Cash is the real weak link. What would you do then? Is it Konza right back and in comes Tyrone Mings? Is it Disasi? I'm not really supporting anyone tonight, I'll be honest. I don't really mind who goes through. I just hope whoever goes through knows what they're playing at, because they better handle business when they go through. You know what I mean? You better go through to the final. You know what I mean? PSG Ultras are nuts. They are, bro. Is it the PSG Ultras that you see turning up to like Sunday league games and making mad atmosphere in the away end at like Cambridge or Kidderminster? Are those the PSG Ultras, or is that different Ultras that I'm thinking of? Let me know in the chat. Maybe I'm getting my Ultras confused. But the PSG Ultras, they come like 2 days in advance. Do you know what I mean? They come 48 hours in advance of the game and just start traveling around the country and doing all sorts of madness. Same ones. That's crazy. That's sick, you know. I wonder why they do that. They're just paying homage to the country they're in. Is this what they do everywhere they go? Do they go to the third tier in the Swiss third tier and do the same thing? I don't know. All Ultras do that. Marseille ones are mad. Could hear only PSG Ultras at Anfield. Yeah, I did hear some Liverpool fans complain about the atmosphere in that game at Anfield. Yeah, was it the second leg? Just here to make sure my enemies are dead. It's an interesting take. I'm not here to disagree, but I am here. I am here to observe. It's an important day today. Right, let me see. Why is this? Let me refresh this, because this is not what I'm looking for. There we go. Okay, cool. Prince William gave some tactical analysis on TNT last week as well. Wasn't expecting to see that. We're kicking off in about 12 minutes, guys. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Ooh. This is going to be fun. Pretty good analysis. Yeah, no, he spoke well. Spoke very well. Thoughts on Newcastle moving 5 points clear of Chelsea and Villa if they win against Palace tomorrow? That is the way the cookie crumbles. I'm afraid. When you don't handle your business, that is the way the cookie crumbles. Newcastle are a very good side. Very well organised. Very well structured. They got a bit of everything about them. Physical. Good players on the ball. Good players off the ball. Energy, intensity, physicality. Good defensively. They got some stardust in there as well. So it doesn't come as a massive surprise that they're able to take a Champions League spot. They won the Carabao Cup. They're going to have a very good season. They're going to have a really, really good season. They're going to have a season where they win a trophy, qualify for Champions League. That is a great season. And they've taken advantage of the fact that they're not in Europe this season. They've got one game a week. So they've maximised on the domestic cup front. They weren't going to do a double. And they're maximising at the moment in the Prem. And they were a slow burner, but they're starting to, they're starting to get themselves up the table. And there's a nice balance between youth and experience. You got the Dan Burns, you got the Lewis Halls, you got the Bruno Guimaraeses, you got the Livramentos. You got a good balance. Very well put together team. The Premier League count themselves lucky that Newcastle haven't been able to spend the money they actually have. Because the way that they've spent the money they have, they've spent it well. So, if they had more money to spend and they really could flex on everybody the way that they would be able to with the owners that they have, we might all be in some serious trouble. So, that's 2 Carabao Cup finals in 3 years. That's Champions League qualification potentially twice in 3 years. Not bad living. Not bad living at all. Considering they were relegation almost candidates when this all started under Mike Ashley and Sports Direct. Very impressed. They deserve all the credit they get. And they had PSR issues last summer as well, don't forget. Not because they spent loads, but because obviously the revenue is not really mathing. The math is not mathing for them. So they had to sell Minter. They had to sell Anderson to Nottingham Forest, who's having a really good season. So they've even had to get rid of some players that they're young. They would have had an impression on the team. They would have helped with the squad depth this season. They would have contributed. It's mad. It's mad. So yeah. Can't complain, man. We only have ourselves to blame, to be honest, with that situation. It was all in our control. He gave a non-existent pen to South Korea, says Gary. Yeah, how old was I in the 2002 World Cup? I was 5 years old. So it's not fresh. It's not fresh in my memory. But yeah. Mad. Do you know who is refereeing? Gary, do you know who's refereeing the game tomorrow? Is it someone you recognize? Someone that could do something for us? Someone that could do a favor for us? Let me know. Let me know what's going on. B, Real Madrid, Black Magic is crazy. Watch us get a red card. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Be aware of that potential. That's a possibility. Definitely be aware. Definitely be aware. The Euros final ref. Okay. Am I dependent on the ref? Hey, listen, I'm just saying. Anything can happen. It's the magic of the Champions League. Aston Villa actually got some tricky games in the Premier League towards the end of the season. Obviously, if they progress, that would maybe help us because that's another distraction for them. They got more games to play. They can split their attention between Premier League and Champions League. So that's another reason as a Chelsea fan to maybe want Aston Villa to go through. But yeah, outside of that, it is what it is. Let's see. Gonna set the timer up in just a second. Emery is speaking to the media. And we're kicking off in 6 minutes, guys. Six minutes. Just move the mic down a little bit. I'm going to take these lineups off screen. I think everybody's got them now. I think everybody's seen the lineups. So I'm just going to remove those. There we go. And now the timer. Let's see if we can get that. Close the poll. everybody, well, most people feel like PSG are going through. Understandably so. Can Villa really keep a clean sheet against PSG tonight? I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think they can. Everybody's in hot form. They wrapped up the league. I don't know if they won over the weekend in Ligue 1, but they're champions. So PSG actually, I think, had their game cancelled, didn't they, guys? They had their game cancelled against, was it Nate's or team, and which is crazy. Because what I heard, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, they had their game cancelled so they can prioritize the Champions League. That just doesn't happen in England. You simply don't get that luxury. But they had their game cancelled, and I believe that team needed to play because they're trying to escape relegation. So now they're going to have to play like 3 games in 10 days because the fixture's been moved back, which is crazy work. Very biased in PSG's favour. And another thing to add to that is, could they not have just said to, like, could they not have just left that fixture alone and PSG could have just rested? Because they're champions. So why do PSG need that game moved or cancelled? They're 22 points clear. Facts. So why jeopardize another team's fixture list and their potential ability to stay up when PSG is not even... I mean, it would be blasphemy for this to happen regardless, you know, because for me, that's just mad. But it's even more mad when the league's already wrapped up. These men are in hot tubs and chilling and relaxing and all that Nate's demise and the detriment of their safety is very mad. But I guess PSG have got France on lock so they can do what they want. But that is wild. It's truly wild when you think about it. That would never happen in this country. Are they trying to go unbeaten? Even still, bro. I mean, that's not important in the grand scheme. It's safety or safety and survival for one club or going unbeaten for another club. I think I know which one is more important personally. That's for sure. Anyway, crazy, man. Crazy. Let's see. Dubai influence. Why are they playing Europa music? Are they? No way. Are they playing the Europa League music? That is crazy. Do you know how angry I would be if, so for instance, say Chelsea made it to the Champions League and the first league game in the league phase, not the group phase now, the league phase, if I ever heard that tune after all the graft to get there, what are they doing playing the wrong music? How is that possible? Are they going to play? So I'm not hearing the audio, so you people just let me know. Are they playing the whole tune as well? Did they play the whole song? Like they didn't even switch it midway through? Not even like a remix? Not even like let's switch to the other song now? That's crazy work. No, that's crazy work. Champions League quarter-final and you're playing the Europa League music. Nah, my head would be rattled. If I was at the ground, like imagine you're at the stadium. You haven't heard the Champions League anthem in like 5 years. You're standing there like a soldier. You got your hand on your heart, looking up at the sky, tears dropping out your eyes, waiting for the anthem to play. And then you just hear that dirty Europa League anthem. You just hear it. Oh, the level of rattle. And also, this is Villa Park. This ain't even happen at the Parc des Princes when they get Champions League every year. Villa Park, Champions League quarterfinal. They're looking for the music. They can't wait. What a big night. What a big moment in their history. And they play that? Now do you know how disrespectful this is on multiple layers? This is multiple levels of disrespect. Are they playing it now? No way if they played. No, you can't. This is the thing. Once you've screwed up, you can't fix it now. You can't play it and then play the real one after. It's just done. It's over. It's finished. Everybody's already done the whole stand and close-ups with the camera and the Champions League football in the middle of the pitch with the guys. No, it's finished. It's done. It's too late. It's too late now. Can't go back. You've already killed the moment. You know what I mean? That's crazy work. I'm very interested to see how Pacho plays. I don't know if anyone's been watching PSG in the league consistently this season, but talk to me about Pacho, because obviously I saw him in the first leg. Played pretty well, bar one mistake I think I saw him make, but minor. Don't think it cost him. I don't think it led to the goal or anything. Talk to me about Pacho. I'm going to... Actually, let me get the timer because I feel like I'm going to miss the... Right, timer's going to go on screen. It might not be completely synced because I just need to line it up. But it's going to be there anyway for now. And I'll sync it up and sort it out. Hopefully it's not too off. But yeah, talk to me about Pacho. Oh, we're actually all right, you know. We're actually synced. We're synced. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, let me move this over here. So yeah, we've kicked off, people. Let's see what Aston Villa got. See what they bring to the table. But yeah, how old is Pacho? Let me check. Age 23. Okay, he's young. Is he Portuguese? No, he's Ecuadorian. He's Ecuadorian. Bouncy, 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 yeah? Aston Villa. Oh, no, it's PSG, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is PSG. Long throw, Aston Villa. Here's McGinn. Better get that ball in the box. Another corner. Good start from Aston Villa, applying the pressure. Watkins is on the bench, yes. Bailey's on the bench. Barkley's on the bench. Asensio's on the bench. I don't know if Watkins is... I don't know why he's not playing today. Like, he wasn't playing in the first leg either. Rashford's up front. I don't know why that is from Emery, why he maybe wouldn't play Rashford left wing. And I think it's probably got something to do with Hakimi. Maybe he doesn't trust Rashford to keep up with Hakimi on going that way, because we know Hakimi really likes to get far forward and stretch defenses and get around the outside. So that might have something to do with it. And then Rashford versus Watkins. He... Oh! Oi! It could have been 1-0 to Aston Villa already. I think it's Onana flicking on the header. Oh, that was close. It wasn't Onana flicking on. Sorry. Onana. Yeah, Onana's... He's following up from... Oh, and it's out for another corner. That was close. That was very close. It could have been 1-0 already. And that would be an incredible start. As a neutral, I would like Aston Villa to score right now. Because then we got a game. Then we got a good game. They need to... They're riding the wave of the home support early doors. Oh my God, he's skipping in. Oi. Oi, PSG are struggling. They got to get that clear. This is going to be a great game, you know. This is going to be a great game, guys. They're going to be goals. Big up, Mo. There's going to be goals. There going to be goals, guys. There's going to be goals. Yeah, this is going to be good. Stadium's rocking. Yeah, of course. Of course. Listen, Champions League quarterfinal is nerve-wracking. You know how mad it is to know that you're this close to potentially getting into a Final Four? And when you get to the Final Four, all hell breaks loose. Because now it's like, at this point, anyone can win. You know, there's only 4 teams left. Anyone can win. So this is kind of like the cutoff point. If you get to the quarterfinal, you know, you don't think about winning it maybe, but it's respectable to go out of the quarterfinal. Last 8, okay, that's respectable. Big clubs. You know, I remember Chelsea exiting quarterfinals loads of times. It's not a disgrace to leave the quarterfinals, but it's a bit disappointing. It's just before things get really intense, really start dreaming. Because if you lose a semi-final, your heart's broken. You can get over a quarterfinal, your team maybe was never equipped to win, but you didn't disgrace yourselves because you didn't get knocked out round of 16. Get knocked out the semi-finals and you'll be thinking about it for a few weeks. Guarantee. Because you could have been in the final, and that's painful. But Aston Villa pressing really high, up the pitch. They just won back possession again. They look confident. They look like they're trying to be PSG. Onana's massive, Look at that big challenge. Onana didn't play the first leg. His ability to just cover ground, tackles, interceptions, aerial duels, he's going to make a massive difference to Aston Villa. I was kind of surprised that Emery didn't play him in the away game. I don't know how his form's been for Villa in the league, but to not play someone like that away from home was a really interesting decision. I don't know, maybe he's come back from injury, but it was a strange decision not to play him because, when you're going to not necessarily dominate possession, you're looking to sit in, that's someone that can help you win the ball back, help you defend set pieces. I mean, PSG are not really a massive threat in open play on the crosses anyway, because there's no height in the attack. They don't even cross. Their corners, they were taking all of them short. But yeah, it's interesting that he didn't play. It's really interesting that he didn't play. Yeah, I did see what Henry saw about Euro. It was pretty embarrassing punditry, I'll be honest. It was weird. And that's very unlike Henry because his punditry is usually really good. But that time, it wasn't. It wasn't good. It didn't make any sense. I didn't really understand the point. Like, who cares if he's looking at the linesman? It's a very minute thing to analyze when we're talking about a goal conceded. We could be talking about people's position. We could be talking about so many other facets of the game in a 4-1 loss. I don't know why that particular moment stood out. I think they tried to make a meme of a moment that, I don't know, it felt like they were trying to almost get a CBS moment that could be, that could go viral. Him and Carragher, obviously, 2 of the 3 from CBS, and he was really, the camera angle was really close up, and I feel like they were trying to take the piss a little bit. Because of the platform that it was on, it didn't really come across the way that it might have done at CBS. That's the thing. People take Sky Sports analysis very seriously. And England as a country, they're not really as open to that type of punditry that you see on CBS with all of the dancing and the jokes, and that is more tailored to an American audience anyway. I just feel like they're a little bit more happy-go-lucky, shall we say. So, yeah, a lot went wrong. A lot went wrong, and they deleted the clip as well, so what can you do? But yeah. If I put that mic any closer to my mouth, I'm going to have the mic in my mouth. You know what I mean? It's pretty close. There's no gap. I'm going to start eating this mic in a minute. I will turn it up again, people. I don't know. I mean, I've turned it up previously, then you guys have said it's fine, and then now it's quiet, so it's just like one of those things I just have to keep turning it up. Let me see. But yeah, it can't really get any closer to me. Let me see. Let's just bump it up. Bump it up. Bump it up. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Should be fine now. Should be... Well, I hope so. Hope it's louder. A lot of pause in the chat. A lot of pause. A lot of pause. A lot of pause in the chat. To be honest, sometimes if I just unplug it and then plug it back in, it does return. I might do that. Bear with, because I think that is 100% going to fix this issue. Sometimes it just needs a little unplug. That's what I'm going to do. Bear with. This is going to be fun. Watch now, when I come back, it's going to be so loud. Yeah. It just needed, I think it just needed a, well, you let me know in the chat if it's better. But sometimes it just needs a little reboot. Sometimes it just needs a little reboot. A little helping hand. PSG are in possession at the moment. PSG are in possession. Is it good? Yeah, hopefully. Oh, okay, nothing changed when I unplug it. To be honest, I'm going to probably just swap again because we got a newer mic over there that we'll just swap it out next watch along. We'll just swap the mics because that one is the newer one. And then we found an even newer one. And next season, you know what I mean, we might just go and cop that one, but that one is hella expensive, bruv. We do want the audio to be crispy, you know what I mean? So I'll swap them for tomorrow, chat. McGinn, referee's letting it play on. Aston Villa, go on. They're breaking. Rodgers, look to your left. Rashford. Oh. Rashford. Left side now. PSG on the break. Barcola. Ball's going to be a ball. Oh, no. Hakimi. Oh, he's knee sliding as well, right in front of the Villa fans. Hakimi may have just killed the tie 10 minutes in. Oh, no. Oh, my days. One break, one counter, and they cut you like a knife through butter. They're precise. So much precision in the play. They don't mess around, PSG, man. They really don't. Just look at where this starts. Rashford on the left. Loses the 1v1. PSG get it. And then this is what we spoke about in the first leg where when they're committing bodies forward, there's just so much space to play in behind. They go down that left channel again. Barcola on his weaker foot puts it on Martinez. Martinez, you can't be doing this. Martinez, he's got a big character. He likes to talk about how much he won the World Cup with Argentina in 2022. You can't be coming out for that ball and just playing it straight into the on-rushing, incoming Hakimi. I'm sorry. As a goalkeeper, you got to take responsibility. If you're coming out for that, you got to claim it. And you got to clean up. You've got to clean up. Martinez has got a big personality. He likes to talk. He likes to talk a lot of smack. Well, who's talking now? Who is talking now, bro? That is poor goalkeeping. I'm sorry. He knows that's his mistake. That's not good. You gotta keep that. You gotta hold that. You cannot let that loose. You can't. 4-1 down now. It's not what the neutral needed, but yeah, I mean, oh, brother Barcola. Oh, no. He spun him. He sent him. Oh, my days. He sent him to the shops. He said, yo, go pick me up a Diet Coke, bro. Sent him to boss, man. Kvaratskhelia, we haven't even seen too much of him yet. Do you know what's mad? You actually don't know who's playing on what flank for PSG. I've seen Barcola on the left this season, on the right. I've seen Kvaratskhelia on the left or the right. I've seen Doué on the left or the right. They're all able to play both flanks in this system and just cause havoc. Cash. Long day for you, Cash. Dortmund have scored. 1-0 apparently. Dortmund leading. Apparently a penalty, I think. According to the chat. Who scored? Was it Guirassy on the penalty spot? Stupid way to concede. Guirassy. Yes. That's my guy. I'm glad he's doing all right out there. Little Panenka, yeah? Oh. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Not bad for the little 18 million or whatever he cost. Not bad indeed. Not bad indeed. I'm sure Barcelona will still go through. But it's nice to see a little bit of life left in Dortmund, who got a big 2-2. Well, I don't know if it's big in the grand scheme, but they got a 2-2 draw in the game against Bayern Munich at the weekend. I think Garassi may have scored in that game as well. I'm just seeing actually on the highlights now. That is a bad bit of goalkeeping from Szczesny. Is it in goal? Guys, is it Szczesny in goal for Barcelona? Because my goodness. By the way, that Panenka is ridiculous. Oh my days. I just saw it. Right into the roof of the net. The audacity. The audacity. Is that Szczesny? See, this is what's going on with the goalkeeping position at Barcelona. What is going on? I can't believe they gave Szczesny a new deal. I thought they'd look to go and sign someone to give competition to Stegen, who's probably more Barcelona level. I didn't think Szczesny. I think they brought him out of retirement, and then now they've given him a contract. He's been good. People have been saying he's been good. There's no longevity in Szczesny, though. That's the thing. They are top of the league, to be fair. And what's going on with Ter Stegen? Is his future in doubt? Or is he just having a rough patch? He's been very good. Yeah, I mean, that took some kahunas to be doing a Panenka. I'm serious, man. How did you man fumble Enrique? Woo! Donnarumma chesting the ball. Back pass. Nuno Mendes clears, I think. How do we fumble? Well, top managers with big reputations to protect have needs and wants from a club that are going to employ them in transfer windows. And unfortunately, we don't look like we're ready or looking to operate in that fashion. That most top managers want their clubs to operate in that way. Which means balance between experience and youth. Which means prioritizing the first team. Not the multi-club model. Not 2029. Which means actually signing players that are in line with your philosophy and your style of play. Not just signing players because George Mendes has got an offer, 50% off, 20% off, friend of a friend, nepotism. Just many things. And, you know, high turnover of players for 3 seasons straight. There'll be more this summer. It's not a stable environment. Many reasons as to why a top manager wouldn't come here. So he rejected us and, or we didn't deem him fit for the job, which means we didn't think he'd be a yes man and regurgitate what we want him to say in the press conferences. Many reasons. So, yeah. I mean, Enrique, you know, he obviously won the treble at Barca. He struggled at Roma. Here's Rashford. Oh, good tackle. So it was always going to be interesting to see how he did in his next big job, because obviously the Barcelona team, Suarez, Messi, Neymar. So there was always an asterisk maybe for some people on that one. But, you know, he had his time with Spain. It's good to see what he's doing at PSG. It's good to see what he's doing. He's smashing it. He's smashing it. Ball in the box. Aston Villa need an equaliser very soon if they want any hope. They now need 3 goals to go to extra time. Lucas Digne, not a bad ball in. McGinn, I believe, is it? Ball back in. Header. Oh, go on. Swivel and shoot. Oh, what a save from Donnarumma. Pau Torres denied. Aston Villa trying to... Oh, they're in behind. Rashford. Oh, great block. Great bit of defending from Marquinhos. Aston Villa still in possession. They haven't given up. Barcelona's line is ridiculously high, as always. Oh, Rashford! Oh, Rashford! Come on, man. He got on Marquinhos' wrong side. He looked like he had the better of him. Because Marquinhos was caught underneath the ball. Rashford spun him, but then he just doesn't get his body in front of the ball or control it quick enough to get the advantage, and then Marquinhos gets back. But PSG are looking a little bit shaky defensively. They look like they can concede a goal. Watkins is on the bench. He's on the bench. Dortmund cooking Barcelona's high line. Someone saying 2-0, but obviously that was offside. PSG get Watkins. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Prince William supports Villa. He does. High press from Villa, which means if PSG can play through, there's loads of space. Nuno Mendes, Vitinha. Fabian Ruiz is kind of just playing off the pivot, but then he drops in as well, gets involved in the build-up. Hakimi. All of their players very comfortable in the first phase. Now, João Neves. Dembele dropping in the pockets. Front six just drifting into positions. Very fluid. All of them comfortable on the ball. Hakimi inside to Kvaratskhelia. Switches it. Great ball out to Barcola. Coming inside now, PSG. PSG moved the ball around very well. They've been drilled. Dembele is just making moves. Oh, unlucky. Barcola. Fucking hell, man. Barcola, what are you doing to Cash, man? Seriously. What are you trying to do to poor Matty Cash? Man's, it's just toying with him over there. Oh, I thought that. Oh, good tackle. That's a great tackle, you know, from Kamara. Referee free kick. Yeah. Cash is getting burned. Yeah, I'm just watching this goal back, man. Martinez, you can't do that. You cannot do that, man. It's so poor. So poor from Martinez. Obviously, the first leg, all three of the goals were pretty elite. Desiree Doué obviously cutting in on his right foot, smashing it into the top corner. Kvaratskhelia did beat him at his near post, but it was a pretty damn good strike with the power that he generated. And then the third goal from Nuno Mendes in behind from Dembele wasn't bad either. But that one there is on him for sure. Villa in behind. You got to get a goal from something like this. Shot. Oh, just wide. Oh, Rodgers. Oh, my days. He's so close, Rodgers. He's so close. He's just trying to bend it into that far corner. He's not put enough bend on it. I think Donnarumma may have had it covered anyway. It wasn't the most powerful hit because it's on his weaker foot. Villa have got to get an equaliser, man. They've got to get an equaliser. I thought he'd hit the target. PSG literally just ready to counter at any moment. Ooh. Yeah, he was going for placement, 100%. First time over the top. Good ball. Oh, Lucas Digne, very poor touch. That was a very good ball from McGinn as well. I thought McGinn might play on the right. Rodgers on the left, but he's actually got Rodgers on the right, McGinn on the left at the moment. Onana, McGinn, out wide. Lucas Digne, he's got Onana on the underlap. Put that across. Oh, they're getting close, Aston Villa. They're just not quite carving out those big chances. But they're unlucky at times. But yeah, it's going to be a mountain to climb now. Here's Dembele on the right. He's cutting in. He's jinky majinky. He's got 2 on him. And is he going to win a corner? Nope. Outnumbered. You think they needed to put out a better attack? I get what Emery's... Because obviously, when you're 2 goals down, you can afford to... Like, you don't have to necessarily throw the kitchen sink at it from minute 1. You do need to keep yourself in the game, which they've obviously conceded, so that hasn't worked. But because they were so outnumbered in midfield in the first leg, and they were so dominated with the Ramseys, Rodgers, and I think McGinn started all in the first leg, they just couldn't keep up. They didn't have the energy, the legs. Tielemans is not necessarily the quickest midfielder in terms of like his acceleration. And then they didn't play Onana, so it was just Kamara as well. So they were just getting bopped. Like they were just getting absolutely bopped in the midfield. So I can see why he went with 3, but they've had to take an attacker out. And yeah, to be fair, they're still getting in dangerous positions. I just think the attackers on the pitch, in particular Rashford, just not making the most out of the opportunities that he's been given when he's getting the ball. And here's Hakimi, and oh my god, it's a 4v3. Oh god, it's over. Oh god, it's finished. It's over. It's Nuno Mendes for the second. I don't know what he's doing there as a left back. This guy, Nuno Mendes, he's got no breaks at all. He just flies forward. He just flies forward like nobody's business. No restrictions on this man whatsoever. Scored in the first leg, scores in the second. Aston Villa are done. They're done. Inside 27 minutes, they've been taken apart on the 2 counters. Well, they've had a couple of others, PSG, but this is just beautiful football. Beautiful football. PSG, even though they are a ball-dominant, possession-based side, they know how to counter-attack. They know how to counter-attack. They know how to commit bodies forward, pick the right passes. There could have been a discussion for offside if they went straight down the middle, as we saw on the replay for Nuno Mendes. They didn't. They went out to Dembele, picks out Nuno Mendes. And by the way, from the 22-year-old Portuguese international, this is a fantastic finish. Left foot, off the post and in. Gave Martinez no chance. Opened up his body. Took it like a striker. Brilliant finish, man. Brilliant finish from Nuno Mendes. 4v3. That is how you do a counter-attack. Right decision-making. Proper passes. Proper finish. Finished. Tie finished. Done. Done. They play their football that they play is too good for Villa. It's too good, man. The quality of their attack versus the quality of Villa's attack. It's yeah, they're in different worlds. Lucas Digne, Rashford. I hope Villa just keep playing. I don't want them to. I mean, what else do you do? You're 2-0 down. You're 5-1 down in aggregate. You may as well just try and score. Keep your home fans in the stadium. They don't walk out early. I'm sure they won't. But PSG are teaching them a lesson. Whether it was in the first leg when they bopped them and they were dominating possession, they taught them how to they defeated that low block perfectly. All 3 goals was a demonstration of how to get past the low block, whether it was a pass from deep on the 3rd goal, individual brilliance on the long shot. And then today it's just been transitions and, yeah, just perfect counter-attacking football when needed. I'm sure they still have more possession than Villa. We're going to go into the chat in a minute. What's going on here? We held this super team to 1 goal in 210 minutes. How? Says Liverpool fan. Listen, PSG are a problem. They are a serious problem. I'm very much interested to see in the semi-final. First of all, obviously, who they play. If they play who we think they're going to play, it's going to be a fascinating time, man. Because, yeah, they are a serious football team now. They haven't got this ego in the front line. They haven't got these guys in the front line that aren't willing to press, that aren't willing to run. They don't have these guys in the front line that are chasing Ballon d'Ors and they need their egos massaged. So you kind of have to lead your team towards them and you have to provide for them and cater to them and cover up for them defensively. Now, this is a very balanced team. The midfield is incredibly balanced. Everybody's good on the ball. Everybody's got a great touch, a great pass. Everybody can... Look at this. Look at the way they've cut through that Villa press. And now they're on the left-hand side. Barcola. Both flanks are incredibly balanced. Barcola's just going past players for fun on that left side. They got threats on all flanks, all angles. It's just a very balanced team. It's one of the most balanced teams in Europe. It's crazy. This is mad. The only thing this team is missing is prime Thiago Silva. He missed out. If this team win the Champions League, mad. What a damning indictment on Mbappe. It's the season after he leaves. They win the Champions League. It's crazy. That can't happen. That can't happen for him. Vitinha is so good. It's crazy to think this guy was at Wolves. He's nuts. He's absolutely nuts. Him and Neves are nuts. Every time I watch them, they're dominating the midfield. Dominating the midfield. Bro, look at the confidence. Back heel, in your own box, under the press. Receive, turn, receive, pass. They keep things so simple in the first phase, but everything's so effective. And they're not just passing for passing's sake. They're progressing that ball quickly. They're trying to get out so they can just destroy you in the final phase. It's mad. Look at this. This is a joy to watch. Yeah, he's a baller, man. This Ruben Neves kid is a baller. What is he, 20 years old, 21? He is a baller. When I was hearing the prices that Benfica were quoting, I was thinking, rah, this guy can't be worth 100 million, surely. I've seen he's talented, but 100 million they're asking for. Here's Rashford. Can they get themselves a goal? Oh, my God. Yo, how are Aston Villa not making these moments into shots for Donnarumma to save? They're flirting. They're just flirting with Donnarumma. They're flirting, but they won't get shots off on target. It's mad. How many moments have Villa had where it's like near miss, just wide, flick on, just couldn't quite get the right touch on this? It's peak. It's peak out here. These man flirting with Donnarumma. Will he make a save, won't he? Oh, Kvaratskhelia tripped over himself. Villa. Oh, they're in a good position now. They got to get a shot off. Oh! Yuri Tillemans with a goal back for Aston Villa. Massive deflection. Massive deflection. I think it's off Pacho, is it? He's trying to make the block. Keeper's probably got it covered if he lets it by. I'm just watching. Onana in midfield plays it through. And this is more Villa's style. Maybe suits them more transition. Counter, you know, a little bit of space to move into. Rashford linking up McGinn. Tielemans maybe just onside. It's going to be close. I don't know if they're going to review it. Maybe they're going to... I don't know if they're going to disallow. I don't know if people think that was off. I think it's a massive deflection of Pacho. Massive deflection. Massive. Right off his chest into the top corner. Hopefully he's onside because we need that. We do need that. I think they're just happy to have a goal at home in the Champions League at this stage. I don't know if they truly believe they're going to come back, those Villa fans, but they'll take that. They'll take that goal. Wow. It's a long way back. You know, 5-2 down. It's a long way back for Aston Villa. That goal hasn't really changed anything for me. There's 35 minutes gone. They're 2-1 down after being 3-1 down in the first leg. They're going to need to get a move on. They need 3 more goals just to go to extra time. It's a long way back. But if you think it's on, then it's on. Hopefully. Hopefully it's on. Just as a spectacle, we need it to be on. This has more to do with Messi leaving than Mbappe. There's Caleb. Yeah, PSG, they switch the ball a lot. They do switch it a lot. They don't. They like to create their little overloads on one side, and then as soon as they get it out of their feet, they're pinging it to the other side in acres of space. They kind of draw you into the... They want you to press them. They draw you in. They create their little triangles. And then as soon as they have that option on the opposite flank, they just slap it over there. And then you're backpedaling. Hakimi looks like he might have to come off because he's limping after that challenge from McGinn. I don't know if he's going to be able to run it off. Maybe he will. Oh. So Donnarumma's going to clear this. Big up the chat. Let's get to 500 likes. Let's get over that one. That little hurdle there. Much appreciated. McGinn's going to play it. If I'm Watkins, I'm fuming. Yeah, you do think to yourself, what could Watkins have done in Rashford's position tonight? The little half chances that he's had to get the ball out of his feet, test the keeper, make the most out of minimal. Maybe Watkins would have been the better option. I don't know. I mean, listen, Watkins is obviously... He was prolific last year. This year, a little bit less, of course, sharing some minutes with Duran at times. But Rashford, for me, is not really an out-and-out 9. I'd have him on the left. So it's, I thought they could even play together. But I just don't think he trusts Rashford to track back on Hakimi because it's a lot of work. And I know he's worked a lot harder at Villa, but I don't even know if he's got the legs to do that work. Jesus, Aston Villa are living dangerously, man. Got Dembele pressing them. They missed Duran. Yeah, it was... I mean, listen, they sold Duran for a very nice fee considering the minutes. And obviously they then rejuvenated the team with experienced players like Asensio and Rashford coming in January on loans. So from a financial standpoint, and a team that have had PSR problems last summer with the Maatsen, Amari Kellerman deal, etc., I'm not surprised to see them say, listen, just like Newcastle, we have our issues financially. We're gonna take that money and we're gonna rejuvenate the team. And they brought in Marlon as well. Marlon's been getting some goals off that right side in the Premier League. So their January signings have certainly made a massive difference. And PSG, if that cutback had just made it. Is that Hakimi? Kvaratskhelia? Oh my God. Saved. The amount of players, I mean, listen, PSG just be dashing players forward, you know. You don't really know who it is sometimes. These fullbacks, they're playing like wing-backs. They get so far forward in a back four. It's crazy. It's not like PSG have got like 3 centre-backs and they'll fly the wing-backs up. They're playing with a 4, and I'm seeing these fullbacks right up the top end of the pitch. But I guess when you have 3 midfielders in Neves, Vitinha, and Fabian Ruiz, who will just, if need be, just stay in that line and just shield the 2. You're still defending with 5, attacking with 5. But it's crazy. It's kamikaze to watch. It's wild. Everybody's just so... It looks like everybody's just so free. Everybody's got so much freedom. They could just go wherever they want. Cross comes in. Pau Torres trying to keep it in. Barcelona PSG final would be fire. Facts. It would. That's from a footballing standpoint, that's the best final you can get, bro. Tactically, maybe Inter Milan versus PSG from a tactical perspective, because that would be insane to watch Inzaghi and his team and the way they defend versus PSG and the way that they try to open teams up. That'll be fascinating. So tactically, I'd say PSG Inter, and then entertainment-wise, PSG Barcelona. Nah, Inter versus Arsenal. I mean, listen, they're all great games. It's just Arsenal don't really... Like, Odegaard's not playing well enough for me to be fascinated by that matchup as much as PSG, because Odegaard's just not looking good this season. So he's kind of... I don't know what's going on with him. But he's not exactly splitting open defenses. You know what I mean? He's pretty safe and he's pretty bland right now, so... But all the games would be crazy in their own ways. Odegaard going back to the Santiago Bernabeu is going to be, let's see if he pulls out some sort of performance, because that's where he was, isn't it? He was there in the early part of his career, then he got loaned out to Real Sociedad, and then Arsenal took him on loan, I believe, initially, and then he ended up signing a permanent. I don't know why I got a cough today. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. Damn, I forgot to do. Here's Kvaratskhelia. Cutting in. Good defending. Yeah, to be 2-1 down. To be 2-1 down. To be 2-1 down going in at halftime in a tie where you were already 2 goals down. I can't see a comeback for Villa. It's just vibes. It's got to be just vibes in the second half. They'd have to score very early in the second half to have even a glimpse. But I actually see PSG scoring again. PSG, I can't see how they only leave with 1 goal. In fact, here they are. Dembele, great first touch. He's kind of been pushed there. And I don't know if the referee's... Okay, it's offside. I was just saying, I don't see them just leaving with 1 goal. I think they're more than capable of scoring again, PSG, based upon what we've seen in the first half. So, yeah, I think Villa are cooked today. see. Where does Nuno Mendes rank for you guys in terms of best left backs in the world? It's a good question because, I mean, he's having incredible performances in the Champions League. I'm not seeing him on a week-to-week basis, but he was fantastic against Liverpool, wrapped up Salah. Great again in the first leg against Villa. Great again tonight so far. Where does he rank for you? He's only 22 years old, I believe. Dembele, he's not offside. Over the bar. Oh, he's offside. Rashford on this left. I feel like the manager's got to bring on Watkins, man. You got to bring on Watkins and just move Rashford to the left because he's going and drifting out there anyway. He doesn't want to play centre forward. He doesn't stay central. So you need to bring on Watkins and just put Rashford on the left at least, just to bring a bit of balance to that attack. Here's Barcola cutting in. He's gone to recycle it. You guys have him top three. Top three. A lot of people saying top three. Saka cooked him. That was back in 2024, isn't it? Just before the league phase was finished. Yeah, that PSG team looked completely different to this PSG team. I remember watching that game when they was at home because I did a review on it. I think Trossard had a good game. I think he got an assist for Havertz or something, but they look so like toothless, PSG, in that game at the Emirates. They look so, I don't know what the word is, but they didn't have any spark. They didn't have any grit about them. They were very flaky. Completely different to now. Now, yeah, different team. Although I do think the one thing I'll say is the matchup physically is not really there in the semi-final for them against Arsenal. Arsenal physically will potentially kill them from a set piece standpoint. Potentially, they had a few set pieces, Aston Villa, at the start of this game where they could have capitalized. They didn't. We know Arsenal are very physical. They got a lot of players that can, brush you aside. Obviously, Gabriel, I don't think he'll be back. I don't know if he'll be back for the semi-final. He's out for the season, isn't he? So, yeah, that's the big issue with that matchup. Is he's obviously massive for them in set pieces, but yeah, PSG aren't the biggest team. They're not the biggest team. They get about, their midfield get about. They get their tackles in. They make their interceptions. They press very well. They're very energetic, but they're not the strongest team in terms of physically. So. Let's see. So half-time, I'm going to probably give Saeed a ring as well in a minute. See what he's thinking. He's obviously watching Barca as well, so he'll probably be able to give us a little bit of insight what's going on there. It wasn't on it back then. It's clicked now. Let's see. Calafiori will be back. He can play centre-back. Yeah. Would you play Calafiori over Kiwior, yeah? I mean, you kind of have to. The amount of money you spent on him and I mean, that is his natural position. I think he's a defender that looks like he'd be really good in a back three. Obviously, coming from Italy as well. I think in the Euros, that's where he would have played. But yeah, left side in a back four. Let's see how he does. I'm sure it should be okay. Right, let me give him a ring. Let me give Saeed a ring. I think he is doing a watch along. See what he's saying. Oh, what first half that was. Oh no, he's still injured. Okay. What are you saying, brother?
What are you telling me, man?
Bro, PSG. Bro, un de toi. Je m'appelle Saïd. Je suis.
Oui.
Bro's run out of French.
Bro, we ran out. That's a Mac.
That's all I got.
Aston Villa.
Bro, they are a serious side, you know. Serious team.
I want them to go to the final. I
Yeah.
really do. I said it on the channel. Arsenal, you're not gonna like this, but I hope you go through. Obviously, me beat Real Madrid, and then they lose to PSG, and then PSG go to the final with Barcelona. That would be the dream scenario, bro.
Yeah. Like from an entertainment standpoint, bro, that game.
Oh my god, I'd have to be there, bro. I will have to be there to witness that.
Oh, you try to get tickets.
Bro, are you mad?
Oh yeah, because you love Flick as well, innit? You've been talking about Barcelona from the get-go. So
Bro, that'll be like the biggest kind of like that'll be like the World Cup final. You see how Argentina plays France.
yeah.
You see that matchup was like
The matchup would be in Yamal. You got Kvaratskhelia. You've got Barcola's been brilliant today. He's killing cash. It's mad. The midfield. Imagine the midfield. Pedri versus Neves and Vitinha. Oi, listen. Oi. That high line versus PSG. Because oi.
You know what's killed them though? I think the Europa League anthem has killed Aston Villa, man.
Did you hear it?
Bro, I heard it, bro.
Oh.
I played through my thinking and I put it low in it.
Yeah.
I want to sing to the Champions League anthem. I want to feel like I'm here. Bro,
That was so disrespectful.
I said, is Leon playing?
Yeah, that was disrespectful. That was very disrespectful. Like, imagine, say, now, one of our clubs qualify for the Champions League for the first time in 4 years, 5 years, whenever it is they qualify. And you hear that anthem? When... Aye.
I would, honestly.
Aye.
It doesn't even, like, you need that song to motivate you. You need that song to pump you up, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Nasty.
Listen to, like, I don't know, like, one of your songs, like, just to pump you up, get you to the mood. You know? You need that, bro. And they didn't get that. And they're like, yo, listen, we know you're fake next season. You're not making Champions League football anyway, so get used to this. You know?
It's nasty work.
It is, bro.
It's nasty work. I'll be honest. It's nasty work.
But I'll be honest with you, PSG are just a superior team. Whether we say Aston Villa made big mistakes and that, and they're not playing out the back and that, they're fullbacks. Are they the best two fullbacks in world football, do you reckon?
I was just asking the chat because they have Nuno Mendes top 3. Hakimi's always been highly regarded. The way that they're attacking, bro, they look like they got there's no rules, no restrictions. These men just crash in the box. It's crazy.
Bro, we were linked with Mendes as well, you know, like Mendes was on the radar.
Really?
And we opted obviously for a little cheeky little dog, you know them ones.
He's only 22 as well.
He's 22, the guy's young, bro.
Oh.
He would have been at least like 1 year left on his contract as well. I think his contract was running out next year. It would have been a nice little cheeky offer.
Yeah.
You know? So it's one of them, and then Hakimi's just been Hakimi for years. Like Hakimi don't really drop off like that, like mad to like be like, yo, he's fell off.
He's got a mad engine, insane engine.
But the lineup from Villa, though, I'm a bit like, I don't know, man.
I think they were trying to match up PSG in midfield with the 3 midfielders, but Rashford as a striker, like it doesn't work.
Bro, I don't know. Like, Watkins must be thinking, what the flip do I have to do? And I'm not saying Watkins has been amazing this season, by the way.
Yeah.
But you don't do that. You put Rashford on the left. You don't put Morgan Rogers as well on the right, man. Play him in the 10 role so he can actually transition.
It's weird, bro. I was surprised to see Rodgers on the right. I thought, okay, maybe he'll play off the left and cut in, but mainly be inside, and he's not.
It's classic Emery overthinking things, bro. And like he's done this a lot of times before, where he's overthought a few things, and I'm like, bro, you don't have to do this. You know what I mean?
Well, he had an absolute shocker in the first leg when he brought Disasi on at half time to play right back. So
Yeah. Rashford, I
Yeah.
Ain't nobody. Listen,
They can't afford his wages anyway. They can't afford his wages anyway. Same with Sancho. Them man need to take pay cuts because no one's paying them these wages.
bro, listen. They gonna send his ass back to Manchester, mate. And then Amrin will have to do something. To do, you know, he might have to reconciliate with him.
Bro, if he has to do that, then he's already out of a job because those two are not. Them two are not gonna return for United. Sancho and Rashford. It's done. It's done. So yeah.
If he has to say, yo, the club said to him, whatever happens or whatever, and he has to start again, then yeah, game over, mate.
Yeah.
Game over.
Done.
Game over.
Done. 100% done.
So, I don't know, man. Even the Barca game is not looking.
What's the score? Is it still is it 1-0 Dortmund?
It's 4-1.
Yeah, so exactly. So that tie's dead as well.
That tie's dead. This tie, if Villa don't get a goal in the, I would say, the first 10 minutes of the second half, yeah, long.
PSG will score again though. That's the thing.
I know.
PSG on the counter are so ruthless, bro. The way they counter-attack, their decision-making, the weight of pass, everything's so precise. If Villa think they can get back in, and then they overcommit, PSG will just kill them on the counter. So they're never truly, do you know what I mean? They're never really going to be an arm's length of PSG.
100%, bro. It's actually a lose-lose situation. Let me ask you a question. What do you make of Onana, man? Like, do you think he's worth the hype? I've always been a bit 50-50 on Onana, man.
I think Onana's a very good player. I think I wouldn't play him in a very possession-based oriented team. Like, I think that he's at a club where this is kind of a good level for him because you're not asking him to be a dictator or a controller, pick up the ball on the half turn and start pinging passes through the lines, but he gets the ball back. He's insane in terms of like tackles, interceptions, height, wins the headers. Yeah, he's a monster in terms of covering the ground. So I feel like to get the best out of him, you kind of need to sacrifice a bit of possession sometimes, and you know what I mean. So yeah, he's very good. I think he's been playing Champions League level when he was at Lille when he was like 20. So he's been about.
He's still young, man.
Yeah, he's young. Yeah, he's young. Yeah.
He's 23.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I just don't know. When I always talk about him, I'm like, Onana, do I like it? Do I not? I like some parts of his game, but I'm like, is there a limit to what he can do? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like in terms of would he go to Man United?
Like, I think like when it was linked with him, I was like, Onana, I like him, but I'm like, is there a limit? Is there a cap to what he can do?
There's definitely a cap to what he can do on the ball. 100%. 100% on the ball. There's a cap, but he could become a monster off the ball. Like if he's not already, you know, he's still young, so he could be. It's weird, you know. Remember Ndidi as well. Ndidi was capped off, bro. Bro, Ndidi on the ball was capped,
bro.
But off the ball,
Was it 21, 22?
yeah,
2021.
off the ball he was insane.
He was probably one of the best DMs in the league at that point.
Yeah. Paulinho, he could be coming back to the Prem. He's not playing much at Bayern.
No, bro, I'm done with all these. But I don't want no saving Paulinho.
Nah, man, he was good at Fulham, man. Come on.
Nah, he was good at Fulham, but they upgraded in Sanderberg.
Yeah.
Nah, man, let him go back to thingy. I don't like if we're linked with Paulinho, finish, bro.
Really? Finished.
His former manager.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is with Paulinho? He's at that.
Former manager.
Huh?
Guess who's Paulinho's former manager?
Wait.
Yeah.
Your guy?
Ruben Amorim, bro.
Oh, of course. Yeah, in the Portuguese league. Oh, yeah. Wait, he was at Sporting.
Was he managing him, guys?
Was he? Are you sure? Was he at Sporting when he was at when he was there?
I hope not.
People are saying he's just another Agate.
He is another Ugarte. I don't think he was
He's capped on the ball as well. Yeah.
there when Ugarte was there. When he was there. Because if he is then, yeah, long day. Long day.
Nah, yeah, he's not a ball progressor. No, he's not. All these guys we've just mentioned, They got a cap. They're capped on the ball for sure.
Yeah, they cut, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't want these guys anymore, man. I want guys who can get on the ball and start moving, bro.
Are you still thinking Agate is gonna be all right for you lot?
I'm not sure, man. The more and more, I feel like I'm just kind of like.
You're scarred, bro.
I'm trying to convince myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was there. 22. 22.
Why?
Oh my God.
Why is no one talking about Baleba? Bro, Baleba's gonna cost a lot of money, bro.
Oh, a lot of
Eight,
money, bro.
80 million.
80 million, I think, for me.
Baleba walks into so many top team midfields, but he is gonna cost money.
Ogate. But how much, man? Come on, man. Like, by how much, Ramis, is he better than Ogate? Was good at Fulham, but some teams are just good in their environment, bro. And I think Paulinho, even though he was ready for the step up, it shows that at Bayern Munich, just not good on the ball.
It's a lot, yeah. To be in a team like Bayern, where you're completely dominating the league, you're so ball dominant, and you're playing for company as well, who wants the ball. It's
It's long, man.
Yeah.
It's long, bro. You gotta be careful, man. But I do believe Liverpool are gonna do a madness.
What in the window?
Hey?
What?
Yeah, Liverpool will do a madness in the window, I think, this summer.
When you say madness, are we talking Isaks?
Isak, I think it maybe top striker.
Wow. I mean, they didn't spend any money last summer, so the money should be there. There's no excuse.
Say that again?
They should have the money because they didn't spend any last summer, so the money should be there.
Okay.
So we'll have to see. Well, you know what? We know where to get our Liverpool news anyway. We go to Grizz. Yeah. So.
We know. Man, like waves, hand emojis in the chat.
Oh dear,
You know what I mean?
yellow card
Aston Villa,
machines.
they're finished.
They're saying Agate, is he a yellow card machine?
Yellow card machine, bro. I'm telling you.
Wow. You man were so gassed when you signed him as well. Because I remember Chelsea were linked with him under Poch.
I wasn't gassed, but I was like, bro, like, we've got a little bit of a destroyer, man. You know what I mean? Someone that can, you know, like, press high up the pitch. Someone's a bit mobile, but I don't know, man. I needed Sander Berge alongside with him.
Yeah.
Was that foul? No. But
Mad.
yeah, we'll see, man.
Anyway,
Matisse.
I'll let you go, brother.
Always love, man.
Big up. In a bit.
Always.
In a bit.
Big up, bro.
I mean, you can understand it because obviously Man United, they were getting absolutely destroyed in the middle of the pitch off the ball because they needed people to start putting in a foot because it was like Eriksen and Casemiro and all that. But they also didn't have anybody to go and dictate and control games. They kind of needed an all-rounder. As everybody needs an all-rounder, you know. Who doesn't need an all-rounder? But yes, they're not easy to find. And seems like Agate is not making people very happy. I'm going to put the timer on the 46th minute. So give me 30 seconds because I'm a bit off track. Right. I don't know why this doesn't show up. Bro, what are these lot playing at today? Oh, yeah, it's just now I'm behind. All right, bear with. PSG in possession at the moment. PSG in possession. I'm sure Enrique just said to him, just control the game second half. Take the sting out of it. Especially in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Don't let them have the ball. They're going to come out fired up, motivated, trying to get an early goal to get themselves back in the tie. Don't give them the opportunity to do that. And then they'll be disheartened and they'll realize that they're going home or they're going out. And then you can have fun. Right, we're in time. We're in sync. Oh, we're in sync. $47 minutes. Timer's on screen. It's in sync. This is the team that are slapping you up in the top 4 race. How do you feel? Well, Aston Villa. Aston Villa are not slapping us up in the top 4 race. Aston Villa are 7th. I swear. They're level on points of us, yeah. I don't think Aston Villa will qualify for Champions League via the league. I think their fixtures are too difficult. I think it's going to be City, it's going to be Newcastle, and then it will probably be Forest unless they absolutely capitulate. Then you look at maybe Chelsea and Villa. But, I mean, if Villa can, say, get a big result against Man City at the Etihad, you know, that changes everything. And they could do that. They could go to the Etihad and win the way Man City have been this season. But that's the kind of result they need to really put the pedal on. McGinn, nice sidestep. Lucas Digne flicked on McGinn over the bar. Never scoring. Never scoring that at all. No chance. Why am I seeing them close up on Disasi like this brother needs to be coming on? Like, to be honest, actually, I do need Villa to buy him. I need Aston Villa to buy him badly. And he doesn't seem to be a starter, so it's not looking good. The Ola Aina injury ruined Forest. How long is Ola Aina out for? How long is he out for? Let me know in the chat. How long is he out for? Here's Nuno Mendes. He's going to play it back to the keeper. Long way to go for Forest. They need teams that want a bit of the ball. They definitely could do with that. They need more Brightons and Bournemouths in their fixture list. I don't know who they're playing, but they need more Brightons and Bournemouths. Teams that are not too good, but want the ball and want to play a certain way, and Southamptons and Ipswiches. They don't want Everton, as we saw. Thought they'd actually sneak past Everton, to be honest, but that was a terrible result. Our fraud manager hates overlapping fullbacks. PSG. Yeah, it's a shame that he doesn't like overlapping fullbacks, because we have some fullbacks that could definitely do some overlapping for him. But to be honest, Gusto's been so poor going both ways, whether it's going forward or it's defensively. At this point, he just needs to not really be on the pitch much more this season. Just play Achampong if James is not available. That's the level we're getting to now. His confidence is shot. Oh, what on earth is going on here? Absolute mix-up in the PSG defence almost led to another goal for Villa. And the fact that they haven't capitalised off that and scored just kind of tells you all you need to know about the way this game is going. Because Villa have had these little moments where they're flirting with the goal, the PSG goal. They're borderline asking Donnarumma a question without really asking him. There's no way Dembele's not offside there. There's no way. He's going to put it in anyway just to do so. That's a great little clip over the goalkeeper. But it is offside, so it's not going to count. I think he knew as well. He was trying to hold his run, because the thing is with Hakimi, he's got to play that ball before Dembele crosses the halfway line. Dembele's already got a march on Pau Torres. He's already got momentum. And as soon as he crosses that halfway line, it's over, because he can't hold his run. And Pau Torres is just praying that Hakimi doesn't play that pass earlier. But if he had played that ball earlier, split second earlier, it's 3-1. Here's Cash. PSG. Barcola. Yeah, man. He's going to get booked. Dortmund are 2-0 up against Barcelona. Guirassy again. Interesting. He's having quite the Champions League campaign, Guirassy. Let me take a look at his statistics. Last January, I wanted him on a cheap little £18 million release clause. My club couldn't do me a solid. They couldn't pay. He's got 11 goals in 14 Champions League games. Make it, what, 13 in 15 now? Is that the statistic? All right, bro. I already said I wanted him at Chelsea last January. It's too late now. He's not coming now. It's too late. He's already made a transfer since then. So his release clause was 18 million. And no one took a punt. No one wants to take a bit of a gamble and try and bring him in. Would have been a great stopgap. Low risk, high reward. This is the type of signings I was asking. Can we do it? Can we break the under 25 rule? We couldn't. Here's McGinn. McGinn surging forward. Just running and running. Takes the strike. Oh! What a finish from McGinn. Donnarumma's not even dived for it. I don't know why. It's right in the top corner, but surely Donnarumma with a frame as big as his should have dived, should have at least made an attempt. McGinn picks this up in his own half. He's in behind the PSG defense. He just goes and goes and goes, runs and runs. It's taken a deflection, actually, off Pacho. That's the second time now Pacho has had an involvement in a goal for Villa. First time it slapped him in the chest in the top corner. This time it slapped him in the leg, in the hamstring, straight into the goal. Probably looped over Donnarumma. Pacho, man. Pacho getting stuck in. This brother's involved in everything. It was a deflection. Yeah, it was a deflection. 2-2. 2-2. Maybe these games are trying to come alive because that's both teams scoring now that desperately need goals. I'm going to actually put the Dortmund Barcelona game on in the other screen, actually, if I can. Yeah, man. Dortmund need 2 more goals. Aston Villa need 2 more goals. Both of them have a decent amount of time. McGinn, if Villa or Dortmund come back from this situation, it would be some of the greatest comebacks you've seen in Champions League history. I've got the Dortmund-Barcelona game on now, so now they've piqued my interest because they've actually managed to get the second. Barcola, he's cutting in. Tried to do too much. Matty Cash won the ball. Onana, Cash. Ball in. Oh! The dream is dead for Dortmund. 2-1. Barcelona hit back. Rashford! Oh, what a save from Donnarumma! And he celebrates the save like he scored a goal himself. Rashford cutting in off that left-hand side. It was going not right in the top corner, but it was still a decent effort. And Donnarumma with a massive save to tip it over the bar. As I'm looking at Barcelona, I think it might be an own goal. I don't think Lewandowski's touched it to make it 2-1. Pedri put the ball in. And yeah, it's an own goal. Rashford with the corner. Header. Cleared away. Aston Villa, if they could score 1 more goal before like the 70th minute, they got a chance. Oh, he's skinning him. Cut back. Oh! The dream is alive. Villa Park. Aston Villa. Take this Dortmund game off my screen. Take this Dortmund game off my screen. I don't care. Aston Villa are 3-2 up with over half an hour to go at Villa Park. I thought this tie was dead. It is very much alive, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. He's onside as well. Rashford on the right-hand side. nutmegs, and puts it into the danger zone. Cut back, brilliant decision making. And I think Konza's he just put it into the bottom corner. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Oh, we might be witnessing history. It wasn't looking good. It wasn't looking good for Aston Villa whatsoever. Maybe PSG have come into this second half a little bit complacent. Aston Villa, Villa Park is rocking. The camera angle, this guy in glasses, this bald man in glasses is just running. I think he's even over the barrier. There's no way security's not going to take his ass out of this stadium. Aston Villa, they are making a comeback. And now the momentum is with them. And PSG, the history of PSG in the Champions League, they are known for bottling. The club, the crest on their chest, they are known for bottling Champions League knockout ties. Are they about to do it again? If Aston Villa score one more time, this is going to extra time. Wow. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. This is why we're here. Just in case. Just in case. People are saying PSG needs subs. Aston Villa, there is no time like the present. They are on top of PSG. I'm sure the crowd are up. Rashford's on side. Are they going to bring on Watkins? What a cross! Oh! 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 Shit! Oh my days! They were so close to the fourth. Oh my God! I can't believe this save from Donnarumma. He is having a performance. Because even that third goal, you can't expect him to save from that close proximity. But that save he's just made from the header. Oh my days. Rashford out wide, rejuvenated. Ever since this man went out wide, this is why they need to get Watkins on. Because Rashford out wide in this second half. And he's open. He's open. Oh my days. Oh, he didn't connect. The set piece. You would have backed Tielemans of all people to connect with the ball better than that. They planned it in training. Tielemans on the edge of the area. And he's mishit it into the ground. And as soon as he's hit it, he's not even waited for the header. He's already got his arms on the top of his head. Because he knows he's messed that up. He should really be connecting with that. Because a player of his quality from distance, that could have been a serious problem with all the bodies in front. This game is alive, man. This game is alive. The mental test for PSG. Let's see what they got, because I think Desiree Doué is coming on. This game's gone left. This game has gone left. Rashford needs to be out wide. I'm sorry. Rashford, what he's been doing out wide, the chaos that he has caused out wide, whether it's cutting in and shooting or creating for others, and this is where he's been playing for Aston Villa, when he's been getting his assists for Asensio. So I don't understand why now he's up front. But if they can get Watkins on and they can get Rashford out wide, they might be cooking up something. They really might be cooking up something. This is crazy. Whatever happens from here, now we're entertained. Now we're interested. Now we're interested. They're playing a very high line, Aston Villa. They're looking to play offside. Pau Torres. They're counter-pressing. They're high up the pitch. It's a risk because you can see Dembele and Desiree Doué and all these guys just literally hovering on the last man, looking to just bypass all of that, and one little ball over the top and they're in. But this is the risk now that Aston Villa and Emery are going to have to take in the last 30 minutes to try and get back into this tie. Kvaratskhelia on the left now. Kvaratskhelia has gone over to the left, so he swapped flanks. This is going to be mad. I kind of hope Aston Villa score again. I don't mind extra time with this lot. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Aston Villa fans must be absolutely hysterical right now, because what is going on here? The tie looked dead at halftime. I thought it was dead. I've had nothing but praise for PSG, but this second half, this is the history of the PSG. This is the history of the PSG. The aggregate score is Aston Villa 4, PSG That's the aggregate score. I might even have to just put this in the title for people coming in, because it's becoming a madness now. So I will do just that, because I'm gonna get people asking me, I'm sure. So let me just save you the energy. Cleared. Wow. So there it is. Aston Villa 3, PSG 2, 4-5 on aggregate. 9 goals in 100. In 120 minutes of football. Oh, sorry, 150 minutes of football. 63 minutes gone. Doing too much. Where's Duran? In Saudi. He's in Saudi speeding on his bike. He's in Saudi speeding, mate. Oh. This is it. Marlon is not registered in Champions League because he played for Dortmund. Is it because you can't be registered by 2 teams in the same campaign? Is that the reason, or they just didn't have enough slots in the squad? The aggregate score is in the title. It's not on the screen, but it is in the title if you take a look. 4-5. So maybe just refresh if you need to. But it is in the title. I can't add it on OBS. I don't really think I can. Nah, the graphic doesn't really allow for that. Maybe I could. I don't want to miss any of the actions. I'm going to have to maybe put this screen over here. Bear with then. Let me add it to the OBS if I can. This game is on steroids. Aston Villa, man. Aston Villa. They dream. They believe. They dream. They believe. What am I doing, honestly? PSG. Saved by Martinez. Saved by Martinez. Martinez. Nah, this is long. This is not what I want. 1 second. I know how to make this look better. Wow. What a game. I'm so glad we're here. Because part of me was like, what have we signed up for? Because there's nothing going on here. It's not looking good. What do I want? I don't know what I want. I'm looking for a symbol that will just make this look a little bit cleaner, but I don't know. Substitutions are going to be made. McGinn. I don't know. Bear with. Substitution. So Asensio's coming on against his... Oi, listen. Asensio with the dagger would be insane. Asensio with the dagger? This guy is on loan from PSG, playing against them with 1 goal needed. And I think Ramsey's coming on as well. Oi, we might... What's going on here? What are we doing? Asensio? Because he didn't really do anything in the first leg. He didn't really do it in the first leg. Onana's come off. Asensio has to, doesn't he? He does get goals for Aston Villa in cup competition in Premier League. Rashford runs out of room. 25 minutes to go, and it's really just simple. 1 goal, and we're going to extra time. And they're at Villa Park at their own home with their own crowd, and PSG are under pressure. It's a great finish from Konza, by the way. You know, side foot, right in the corner. First time for a centre-back. Not always assume that they'll handle business, but he does. Asensio and Ramsey. So he's not quite ready to bring on Watkins, but he has brought on more attacking players to go to maybe a 4-2-3-1 with Kamara. Oh, and Martinez will come out and deal with that. This is incredible. The fact that Aston Villa are in this position with 25 minutes, including injury time, to go, only needing a goal when they were 2-1 down at half-time is remarkable. I did not believe, because I just thought PSG would manage the situation better, and they haven't. And now, the thing is that there's always a counter-attack for PSG because of this high line. There's always just one sucker punch. Just one counter. That's all they are. One counter away from doing a madness. There's a lot of people just coming into the chat now. I know they thought this game was dead. They said, yo, let me go catch up on my Netflix series. Let me go watch a film with babes. Let me go have dinner. Oh, wait a second! Oh, Asensio! Oh, my days, how? How has he missed? 1v1. That was the opportunity. There'll be many more. But you got to take that. You've got to take it. It's a great save from Donnarumma, 1v1. He's well onside. Pacho is not having a great game, I'll be honest. He's had a hand in both the goals, unlucky or not. And he's the only one playing Asensio onside. He's nowhere near the rest of his line of defense. I don't know if that's on purpose. They tried to play him offside and Pacho's just not paying attention. And Donnarumma called into action. Asensio, I would have backed him to score, but he's bottled it. But he's going to take the set piece. Him and Rashford standing over it. This is a crazy game. PSG is food. Someone said in the chat. That's jokes. PSG is food, you know. Asensio, Rashford. Rashford, great delivery! Oh my God! Get on the end of this! That is an insane cross from Rashford. You cannot not header that in. That is the corridor of uncertainty. Kevin De Bruyne territory. Trent, and you don't get on the end of it. It's inconceivable that you don't score. How on earth has he not got his head on that? I don't understand. Are you afraid of the football? How? That cross is insane. Rashford's ability to cross is mad. When he wants to, he's got a nasty delivery on him. That is a nasty cross for a defender to have to deal with. And I can't believe that's a free header. It's a free. You're not saving that. If anybody gets a touch, it's a goal. It's not savable. It's too close. It's too close for quarters. You know, he had a pretty underwhelming first half for me purely because he didn't trap the ball. He didn't make the most of minor moments. Second half, Rashford's just been insane. And I feel like all of his best moments have come from out wide. And that was the criticism of the first half, is that he was central. And he is still the central player, but I think he's even figured out, I'm going to have more fun out wide than I am centrally. So I'm just going to move out wide regardless. I'm not even going to play this, striker role, focal point role. I'm just going to just drift in between the centre-back and full-back. Heck, I might even go all the way to the touchline. And he's having fun. On the touchline, he's having fun. He's having fun on the touchline. Oh, he's mistimed the header. It's a free header, man. You've got to connect. How is he not connected? Who is that? They got so many mixed race youths in this team. I don't know which one of them to cuss. This lucky Tyrone Mings out there will be another one. What's going on right now? And I'm mixed race. I might cuss myself. Konza, bruv. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. Nah, it's not on. You got to score. You got to score, bro. Oh my days. You've got to score. Light Skin FC. You got to score. Oh, my hot chocolate. Appreciate. Ah. Enrique. Oh, my God. Verb. Oh, brother. Verb. Enrique's got to do something. PSG got a game. They got a game called off and cancelled in League 1 for this. Don't bottle it now. You got a whole ass game over the weekend cancelled. You man were in hot tubs and jacuzzis, massages, back massage, full body massage, scalp massage, treatment. All sorts of stuff. You've got to get your act together and fast. You've got to get your act together and fast. Someone said, am I mixed? Are we not all? If we go into ancestry.com, are we not all mixed? What is color? Oh my God. Come on. I really am rooting for Aston Villa. I don't know what the consequences are in the semi-final. If Arsenal take on Villa, maybe I'll live to regret this. But I honestly just want to say, I'm rooting for Villa because I just want history to be made. You know, I just want history to be made. Oh dear. I just want history to be made. I just think it would be great. I think it would be great. And also Emery versus Arsenal in a semi-final. That is mad. That is mad. But anyway, long way to go. 15 minutes to go. They still need another goal just to go to extra time. So they need to find a goal. It would be a real sadness if they manage to come all the way back to 4-5 on aggregate just to still not win this game. Maatsen and Watkins are coming on. Rashford is coming off. That is an insane substitution. Maybe the manager feels like Rashford's given all he can, but I personally don't think that. I think Rashford is ready to do more fuckery. I'm surprised he's taken Rashford off. Rashford's been creating chances. I mean, I don't know what other attacker he could take off because they're all being substituted at this point, but that is a big substitution to take Rashford off the pitch when he's so confident and making so many big moments for Villa. Emery is making bold decisions, and I'm not agreeing with all of them in both legs. I'm not agreeing with that one. And now PSG with Dembele 1v1 looking to make the difference. You've got to strike that better than Dembele. He could have won the game for PSG. How has he not put that in the corner? He's shaking his head. He doesn't catch this. He's hit it straight at Martinez, who's not having a great game. He's not put that in the corner. He's not cut across goal. He's gone straight at the keeper. I thought he was going to kill the tie. I really did. I thought he was going to kill the tie. Oh, my days. Kvaratskhelia, we've not really heard from him in the second half. Or Doué. We've not heard from either of the PSG wingers in the second half. That's overhit. While Watkins is on, Maatsen's always good for a goal in the Champions League as well. Was scoring for Dortmund a bit last year. Comes on for Lucas Digne. If he gets an opportunity to take a strike, he's pretty decent. This is a madness. Wow, this is a madness. Oh, well. Wow, that's a big call. Let's see if it works. Who else could he have really taken off? I guess he's already brought on Asensio. He's brought on Ramsey. Who else is out there that he could have taken off? I'm trying to think. That's doing a full 90 now. Let me take a look. Because they've made so many subs now. Probably McGinn is still out there, and that's the one he's not taking off, is it? No, McGinn came off. McGinn came off, so it's Rodgers that's staying out there. Rodgers is the attacker that's not coming off. He's the one that's going to do the full 90. I'm not sure. Dembele skied it. He's going back to his old ways with this finishing here. He could have killed the game. He could have killed the tie today. Last 2 opportunities. That one, not as easy. But in the form he's in this season, you would have said he put it on target. But yeah, I think Rodgers would have probably made more sense than Rashford in terms of who's been having more of an effect. I don't know. But then maybe Rodgers is the better go-between between midfield and attack just to keep some balance. That is probably the reason, to be fair. He's got Tielemans and Kamara in a pivot, and he probably just wants Rodgers to get up and down. Aston Villa, can they create incredible history and take this to extra time and potentially even knock PSG out? Balls over the top. I don't know why PSG are playing this line. Asensio, cut back. What you got? Nope, you ain't got nothing. Rodgers, again, weak foot. It's not working out for him. Dortmund have scored. And it's Guirassy again. Well, I never. You crucify me and cuss me for some things, but don't forget to give me my flowers. There's a preview somewhere on this channel before Preston. I don't know what game it was, but I think it was before Preston in the FA Cup, and I'm saying, get Guirassy. Get Guirassy in January. On a release clause on 18 million British pounds. Someone find the video because I get cussed. So don't forget to give me my flowers. You could have had a bargain. And the thing is with him is he's a good footballer as well. He's not a flat track bully or anything. He can trap a football. He played in France with Lille. I believe he even played against Chelsea in the group stages in our Champions League winning campaign against the team that was managed by Frank Lampard, I believe. So he's a good player. He's a good player. He's played in France. You know how easy it is to adapt from France to England with the physicality of the league. So he's well versed. He's a good player, man. It's not Bundesliga tax. I mean, it's a simple finish, but hey, someone's got to finish it. Here's Kvaratskhelia. And he was in the wage budget as well. See, my transfer was realistic. It wasn't a big price. It was the same money as fucking Washington and Cassidy. In the wage structure. I wasn't asking for nothing mad. No Osimhen, no Gyökeres, no crazy fees, no mad wages. Just simple release clause, no negotiation. That's all I was asking for, ladies and gentlemen. Can I ask, is there still a chance for Dortmund? Do I need to put that game on? Could we have history twice? I'm gonna just check. How many more goals do Dortmund need? I think they need 2 more. Yeah, 2 more goals. I forgot they absolutely... Bro, if they just didn't get trampled on in the first leg... How have they managed to pull this performance out of their ass after the first leg, what we saw? How? Doesn't even make any sense. Like, that's the game that don't make no sense. We said at the start, who's more likely to come back? Okay, probably Villa out of the 2. But that game there, it was Villa or Real Madrid. But, I mean, don't even ask about Dortmund. They're 4-0 down against Barcelona. I never thought there was even a single chance that they'd come back. Free kick blocked. Barcelona being complacent, are they? Or Hairline getting them killed as well. Mix of both. But they still need 2 more goals in less than 10 minutes, so I don't think it's going to happen for them. But they've put in an account of themselves anyway. Left side. It's too short. Villa. Since Rashford's gone off, I don't think Villa have looked any more threatening. I hate to be that guy. But I'm going to be that guy. Oh, shit. Yo, that's poor defending, you know. Maatsen getting rounded by Hakimi. Fresh legs as well. Versus Hakimi, who's been out there for 82 minutes up and down the flank. You can't be getting... Yeah, you can't, bro, that's just weak. You can't be letting him get around you like that. That's far too weak. And that's one of the criticisms of Maatsen, is for his size and his stature. Can he physically defend competently, consistently? Technically, he's very good, but that was peak. Kvaratskhelia, nope. We want extra time, man. I'll be honest. And you never hear me saying that I'm trying to do a 4-hour stream or something, but I'm here today, bro. I'm here. Because this game is worth extra time. It really is. And I got something after this as well with Fuad. But hey, we're here regardless. We're ready. Oh, Rodgers, that's good skill. That's very good skill. Unlucky. Unlucky. If he's got another sub, Leon Bailey, yeah, good shout for Rodgers. Rodgers has not really been on it today. I'm surprised that he's done a full 90. I'm so surprised he took off Rashford. I don't know why this manager makes subs to kill himself. Brings on Disasi in the first leg, kills himself. Takes off Rashford, kills himself. Why? What is your fetish? What is your fetish? How can you see, like, forget everything. How can you see the momentum, the confidence that Rashford's playing with and take him off? How? How can you do that? Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand the substitution. I don't understand the substitution. The guy is playing on dopamine. He's creating. He's delivering on the set pieces. I don't understand. You bring on a striker in Watkins who's now going to provide a bit of an option in the box, and you take off the person that was getting the ball into the box. It's ludicrous. I've given it 10 minutes, and it ain't worked because Aston Villa have lost all of their momentum. They don't look like scoring now. And Rodgers never had a good game. Rodgers was never having a good game. So I don't really know. I guess this is why people go at Emery sometimes, is he does random shit for no reason. That Disasi sub in the first leg was comical. Absolutely comical. It's not over yet, though. 4 minutes, 5 minutes injury time. Maybe Rodgers can prove while he's out, why he's still out there. I don't know. Ramsey's not offered nothing to this game either. Ramsey, since he's come on, he's not done anything. If anything, PSG look like scoring. The equaliser. Dembele. Kvaratskhelia. Is he going to do it? Oh, he's looking for it. Oh, he loves it. He loves it. Not quite. Not quite. Have they got another sub? Have they made 4? They got 5, isn't it? He's probably saving one for potentially extra time if they get there. Oh, sorry, guys. Is he bringing on Ross Barkley? Oh, that's... He's looking for a shot from distance. Ross Barkley's coming on for Tielemans. Managers fucked this up, I can't lie. He's made the wrong decisions. Damn. I can't believe a manager's had an effect like this on the game. He could have done nothing and they would have had a better chance. Here's PSG. They're not wrapping this up though. They've had quite a couple of opportunities. That was Due. Quite a couple of opportunities, PSG. Since those substitutions were made, PSG have been the team that have been looking like getting the next goal. They keep getting these balls in behind the flanks. And how they haven't managed to get one of these ones in here to just wrap this up is beyond me. But Martinez keeps Aston Villa in the game. Oh, what are they doing here? Fabian Ruiz, is it? Cavasquelio. Shot. Wide. Oh, the game has slowed down significantly, brother. All of that momentum, that pace, energy has all died for Aston Villa in the last 10 minutes. Substitutions have killed the game, which is incredible because I thought you can't go wrong. You're going to bring on Watkins, you're going to have Rashford, you're going to have Asensio, and we're going to have some fun. Ramsey, nah. Not really done anything. Rogers, not done much. 3 minutes. I don't know what he's screaming and shouting for. He's made some very poor substitutions in both the games. That Disasi substitution cost his team a goal in the first leg. And that Rashford one, who knows, maybe they still would never have scored, but you have not maintained your dominance. So he only has himself to blame because his team were back in the tie. Then he did stuff and they're not doing anything. Do you know what I mean? It would have been better off not doing anything. The way that Aston Villa were playing, if he didn't touch anything, they would have been better off. As soon as he started making changes, that was it. How do you do that? How do you make changes and your team, I mean, we see it all the time. His team's got worse since he's made the changes. Two minutes left. It's a little bit underwhelming, the end of the game. They're not even really banging on the door. Donnarumma's not having to make loads of saves. Maybe they'll make some magic in the last 2 minutes. But they're going to have to do something special because PSG look comfortable defensively now. They look comfortable. Wow. Unai Emery, man. Wow, what have you done? What have you done? Taken off Onana, that would have been a set-piece threat. Taken off Rashford, the guy that would have taken the set pieces. Fucking hell. And they were actually causing PSG problems on set pieces as well. Multiple times, even in the first half. All he needed was Watkins and Asensio because Rogers wasn't really doing anything. And leave it at that. Keep Rashford in. $50 seconds left. Now or never for Aston Villa. Now or never. 30 seconds. Last attack. Matty Cash. Ball in. Shot coming in. Oh! Blocked. That is it. That's the chance for Maatsen. Great block. I don't know if it was on target because he caught it very well. Ian Maatsen. Let's take a look. Oh, it's close. It might have been hitting the post. And who is that? Is that Pacho with the block? Is that Pacho with the first good block of the game for him? Because he's been blocking everything into the back of the net. I think that might be the first time he's blocked it and it's actually been helpful for his team. Well, PSG progressed to the semi-finals of the Champions League. It was not as comfortable as it was looking after the first leg and the first half. But Aston Villa made a go of it. They made a fight of it. Very entertaining second half at Villa Park. The Villa fans will certainly clap their players off. They've put everything out there to try and get themselves back into the game. I think the manager, honestly, I don't know what Villa fans will think, but the manager has really dropped the bag in both legs on substitutions. I'm sorry. The substitution at halftime at the Parc des Princes was horrendous. To put Desassi at right back and Kvaratskhelia 5 minutes later rips him a new one and makes it 2-1. And then the substitution to take off Rashford when he is having the second half of his life. He's putting in insane deliveries. He's assisted for Konza. He is running at players, nutmegging players, taking on players out wide. All he needed was someone in that box, in a Watkins, to come on and Asensio, who likes to crash the box and just leave it at that. He's overdone it, took off Rashford, left Rodgers on, who wasn't doing anything anyway, brought on Ramsey, who didn't do anything, took off Onana, who could have been a set-piece threat. He did everything wrong in the end with those subs. And the subs killed the game because as soon as those subs were made, Aston Villa just looked a shell of themselves. They didn't look threatening. PSG could have easily made it 3-3 on multiple occasions. Plenty of attacks in behind. Dembele could have finished this game off. Unai Emery in this tie here, he's not blameless, that's for sure. He's definitely going to have to take some responsibility for the way that this has unfolded. But at the same time, still, to lose 4-5 is a great effort. It's not like anybody expected Aston Villa to go through into the semi-finals anyway. So credit to them. They entertained us. Very, very fun game. Very, very entertaining. I just feel like Aston Villa could have got to extra time if they had just made the right substitutions at the right time. I think they could have got, because PSG, they were all over the place. PSG went from dominance, professionalism, control, quality, to looking like clowns. You got Pacho own goals for fun, deflections for fun, fullbacks are getting skinned, Donnarumma's having to make big saves, PSG are getting bypassed in midfield, which was not happening in the first 100+ minutes of this tie. Yeah, PSG were put under serious pressure, man. They looked like they were going to fold, but in the end, the Ultras are going home happy, so that's that. But a very admirable performance. I'm sure the Villa fans are proud of their team for sure. I just, they lured us in, Villa. They lured us in, and then we were like, oh, can we dream? Can we believe? And they snatched it off us. They snatched the historical comeback away from us. But credit to Villa, man. Big credit to Villa. Brother, we were so close to history.
I know, bro, man. I'm gutted, man. I feel for them, man.
Bro,
I can't lie.
Unai Emery again. What are you doing with the Rashford substitution?
He's crazy. Rashford was unplayable, bro.
Bro.
And he decides to do that, bro. Like, and then it's even McGinn one as well, because McGinn was
He scored. He was, bro. Onana's a threat off the set pieces. All they needed, in my opinion, was Asensio on for Rodgers at right wing and Watkins to come on to go up front. Leave Rashford out wide. I just don't understand what he's done. He done it in the first leg with Desassi at fullback, cooked. He done it in the second leg now with Rashford, who's... I don't care if Rashford's at 70%. Rashford is playing on adrenaline. He's playing on dopamine.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. He's literally brought you back into the game.
Facts, 100%.
Did you see that delivery that he put in? The free kick? Was it the free...
My God.
Bro, the delivery is...
On a plate.
Bro, it's on a plate. If Konza just gets his head on that, it's a goal. It's...
Bro, on a plate, man. Honestly.
Fine margins. They were so close.
My days. Look at his wife and kids are kissing each other. What in the wokeism is going on there? But anyway.
What was the Dortmund? Bro, Guirassy.
Dortmund.
Last January, I was saying Guirassy. Get me Guirassy. £18 million release clause. They were laughing at me.
You know, Somalia, yeah, my home country, we stopped Guirassy from scoring, you know. I actually feel proud.
You should. Have you seen his record in the Champions League this season?
Bro, 14 goals, bro.
Unbelievable.
Like, seriously.
And that's a poor Dortmund team as well in comparison to the previous.
Exactly. But you know what? Today, yeah, and I said to Arsenal fans, they don't want to hear it. But momentum is crazy in football.
This is why it's not over tomorrow.
It's not over.
It's not over.
It's not over, guys.
Yeah, it's not over. Because look, this PSG game was meant to be over. But look what momentum did. Couple deflections. Bro, deflections. This is football. This is not, oh, we are the best defense and nothing's going to happen to us because we know how to defend. No one cares if you know how to defend.
Yeah.
Little referee fraudulent decision, red card, little deflection, and we might have a game.
Yeah, 100%. I'm actually with you, bro. Like, I just think for me, you get shook. All of a sudden, defenders don't know what they're doing. And today, let's be honest, Donnarumma made 2 world-class saves.
World-class saves.
That one from the
Rashford, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I know Arsenal fans are listening to these watch-alongs, whether they're in Madrid or they're at home. Asensio, 1v1, he's got to score that. That could have made it 4. I know Arsenal fans are watching this thinking, fuck, because we got to go to Real Madrid. Forget Villa Park and Dortmund. Those games were meant to be dead. We nearly saw comebacks. We nearly saw comebacks tonight. And that wasn't with the Madristas. That wasn't with the Romatandadas. That wasn't with Bellingham, Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo. I know you're stressed.
In the first 5 minutes, yeah, or 10 minutes. Oh my God. Yo, I swear, even Turkish's beard will be trembling.
Bro, Turkish's beard will be shredding, bro. He'll come back. He'll come back with no hair on his chin. On his chinny chin.
Oh my God, mate. I swear down, bro.
All I need is a goal, bro. We will be ringing. I'll ring you. 1 goal I need in the first 10 minutes to see this capitulation.
This is crazy, man. Bro, I don't know. Even like I can't. Man, Guirassy just like man just scored a hat trick and he's out. You know, that's mad. You know?
Bro, I don't know.
Just scored a light little hat trick. You know.
It's crazy.
And then man, bro, come on, man.
All I'm saying is, yeah, Leeds are getting cut. Leeds are getting cut in the Champions League today.
Yeah.
So I don't know about tomorrow, bro. I don't know about tomorrow.
Bro, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
We will be there.
I think the only English team in Europe that doesn't have any problems is Chelsea versus Legia Warsaw 3-0 up. I'll be real. I don't know about the rest of you, man.
Yeah, that one's done.
Yeah, I don't know about the rest of you lot. Still.
It should be done. I mean, it's Legia Warsaw. But
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like might only have only one English team in the semi-finals, eh, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, I don't know about the Undu-Trois Lyon, yeah? The Va-Va-Voom, yeah?
Bro,
You won't be speaking French on Thursday, Saeed.
we gonna be speaking French like it's normal. Listen, we got a Tifo coming on Thursday.
Oh, my.
Tifo hype?
What? Tifo at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
Can you man afford?
Tifo. Hey?
Can you man afford this? Put this into the stadium budget.
No, we not. We took a loan.
Man, make sure that Tifo don't get wet, you know, with the leaky roof.
Bro, we took a loan out so we can get more money later on.
You man have done a Steve with the $8.5 grand on the Real Madrid rattle banner.
It's investment, man. You know what I mean? We're putting investment into the team.
Man, am I investing in tifos? I respect it. Well, do you know what, Saeed? At halftime, it was looking like the watch-alongs were going to get a little bit stale. But listen, we had fun. We had fun.
I was thinking, yo, should we discuss like different, I don't know, like just life? Should we talk about life? But I'm serious, man. I was thinking, if they don't score in the first 10 minutes, oh shit, so this is Junior.
What?
What's this said on Instagram?
Oh.
For tomorrow 9 p.m.
Oh! Vinny! He's calling you out. He said tomorrow 9 p.m. be there.
Wow, man. He's saying tomorrow 9 p.m.
Vamos! Yo, they're cool. Hold on a second. Can we just talk about this? How are Real Madrid calling out the opposition team? Everybody's posting, see you on Wednesday. Like they're 3-0 up. Like they're not 3-0 down themselves. Them man are calling, them man have been punched up in the ring. Them man got one eye. Them man are barely concussed. And they're calling people out like, come fight me. Oh my days.
So low-key, like, the 3-0 down, they're like, yo, listen, the thing is, right, the problem with Arsenal, they cannot defend. So when they attack, they've got to attack wisely, because then later on, Real Madrid's going to be fearless. They're just going to be like, you know what, F it. We lose, we concede minor, we score again. Like, it's just, you got to just do it, bro.
The thing is with Madrid is that, the thing is with Arsenal is, do they low block it because they're protecting such a comfortable lead, or do they pretend it's 0-0 and leave a bit of space and play the game like they played in the first leg? That's the mental block that they got to decide between in the first 10 minutes. We're going to see in the first 10 minutes what they're on. They're either going to low block it, or they're going to say, nah, we're coming here for the goals. So,
like, them man are saying Madrid are shit as thee, man. You will be, listen.
I'm not going to lie, I'll be a little bit worried if I was Arsenal, you know, just purely because these men have got way too much chest. Why are these men got chest at 3-0 down? Bro, if Dortmund can score 3 goals, I'm sorry, bro. Madrid could do it too. Bro, we will be there. We will be there.
We will be there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, we will be there. But they're saying Arsenal are still one of the best defenses in Europe.
Of course. It's different. However, can you defend when you're 1-0 down after 10 minutes? Or will you shit yourselves? Everybody can defend when they got their head screwed on. But what about when it's not screwed on anymore? What about when the referee's pissing you off and you get head loss? What about then?
Would you cheeky take a little Conference League loss for an Arsenal loss?
Whoa. What are you doing?
Yo, Lateness, I'm asking some serious questions, man.
That is not a serious question. That's an unserious question. That's a very unserious question. Do you think on a Thursday when everybody's meant to be minding their business, watching Tottenham and Man United, do you think I can deal with a chat that is laughing at me because we have lost 4-0 to Legia Warsaw? Brother, you're not right. You're not right.
But it would give you comfort though, knowing that Arsenal.
No, there are lines to be drawn, and I'm drawing the line right there. You're mad. You're crazy. Do you know how angry I would be? I don't think you understand how angry I would be if we finish trophyless again after losing 4-0 to Legia Warsaw. I'm not gonna lie. I might disappear. I might do it. I might go incognito. I might stop uploading, you know. I don't think I come back from a 4-0 loss to Legia Warsaw. I just stop uploading.
Bro, yeah, real talk.
People will be like, it's been 13 days. Where's this brother gone? Social media is just done. Blackout. Turn off all the electric, all the power's gone out on my channel. You won't see me. 13 days. I'm in Hawaii on an island, just looking. I won't even be on Big Six. I won't be anywhere. You won't find me anywhere. You think, I'm not even joking. You will not find me anywhere. Garden and leave, bro. You won't find me anywhere. I'm telling you. You won't find me anywhere, bro. No communication, bro. Nothing. Not a word. Not an Instagram story. Not a tweet. Not a YouTube post. Not a community post. Not a I'm alive and well. Nothing. Blackout. Gone. Missing.
There's got to be something happening because the Inter Milan game and the Bayern game, I think it's going to be a dull affair. I don't see many goals in that. I think it's 2-1 either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Inter Milan are the only team, maybe Arsenal as well, but Inter Milan, because they've got a little bit more pedigree in Champions League, they're the ones that they don't look like they're in this entertainment business. You know what I mean? They're not interested in none of that shit. They'll lock off that thing 0-0 and keep it moving.
That man are about, yo, listen, we don't care what you man are doing,
Yeah.
etc. Like, we don't care, bro.
Yeah.
We on that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Like PSG are here for they're here for the vibes. Villa are here for the vibes. Barcelona are here for the vibes. Dortmund here for the vibes. But I don't think Inter Milan are here for the vibes.
Bro, whatever happens tomorrow, man, we will be there.
We will be there. Hey, history gonna be made regardless.
Yeah, but fair play to Donnarumma today. I'll be real.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Donnarumma today.
100%.
We cussed him out a lot, but fair play to him, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll be real with you.
Definitely. He's kept his team in the game. He's kept his team in the Champions League tonight.
Easily.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, man.
Right, brother? I'll let you go. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah. We gonna have fun. We will be there. History will be made. In a bit. Love. Listen. History will be made regardless. Regardless, history will be made. Regardless. It's either going to be a massive, massive result for Arsenal at the Santiago Bernabeu since Henry 06, I believe. Or it's going to be a Rabatandanda. And we will be there. So, in fact, my watch-along's already set up. I'm so excited. I've already got my watch-along set up. So I'm going to redirect you. Go set your notifications. 7 p.m. tomorrow. Be ready, because I will be. You know, and that's really all there is to say. The watch-along's already set up. I'm not uploading anything before that. I'm ready. That's it. That's all I'm thinking about. We're not going to do a Legia Warsaw preview, are we? Fuck, you know. In a bit.